We start a brand new game. And let's enjoy this video game. We will go through the entire video game for the most part. I will not show you every tiny little bit, but I will very likely finish the entire game in the next 3 or 5 hours. So as you can see, slower enemies, slower enemy bullets. Then you have the original difficulty, and then you have advanced, which is faster enemies and faster enemy bullets. The faster enemies don't really matter too much. The faster enemy bullets definitely do. You do notice it in some encounters where you're like literally dodging and weaving through bullets, which is the fun part about a bullet hell, right? But I think it's very, very comfy on Explorer difficulty, especially because the game gives you a lot of damage, a lot of movement, and allows you to switch between those quite easily. Alright, so we have these little creatures and people, and everything looks fine. Nah, never mind, doesn't look fine. Holy moly! Oh no! What happened? Oh my lord! Oh my lord, they are coming. That's it. And I like that. I really like, in this game, it's very to the point when it comes to the story, very simplistic, but there is a little bit more than just like, they're the bad guys, beat them, right? So there's a little bit more. Wake up, little one. The corruption has emerged. The Unchosen is back. Search for your shipling friends, retrieve my primordial powers, and restore balance to the great crystal. And now we can move. And we're free. And all those little blue things around us are now gone. And we're off. And the game instantly starts with little enemies like this that shoot projectiles, as you can see. Oh yeah, does the game actually look fine? Hold up. I'm very sorry if I can do this right here. By the way, I haven't mentioned this, but there is also an accessibility option with game speed. You can lower the game speed if it's a bit too fast for you. Infinite energy, invincibility. There's also controls, and I have set it up to automatic aiming mode. But there's one thing that I want to change, which is actually the limit FPS. By the way, it's a beautiful game at 60 FPS, but I think for the sake of the stream, it feels a little bit different. Good luck and fun, Dumbo. Goodbye. Play this video game. I'm sure you will love it. Also, I turned off lens distortion. I can briefly show this to you. So I know we haven't even gotten the weapon yet, but I think I'm just gonna show you this right now. So if you look at the game, it looks fairly flat. I have played the game with lens distortion, and the game has this feeling. So if you move around, you see how it's bulging a little bit? You feel that effect? To be honest, for me, and that might be because I'm on an ultra-wide monitor, it feels very... I got a little bit motion sick. Not sick, but I was like I had to look away and look at the game again. So you can turn it off if you don't like it. And here is our gun. And I think I can actually turn the music up. Yay. So yeah, I love the whole feeling of the game because it's it's clearly very comfy. You can aim with the right stick, of course, like in many games. But if you get close to an enemy, it automatically aims and shoots. There is a slightly less... there's an option where you have assisted, so orient your ship towards enemies when you shoot. So you are still the one shooting, but you have to, but it aims for you, right? You also have manual aiming mode, which I played the entire game, and it was totally fine, but replaying it, I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a smoother experience, and said, aiming is automatic, see the enemies are not that difficult, and you get those red crystals from them, and you can see them on the top left. So it fills up a little bar, which is kind of like an XP bar. There's a little secret right here. Because it's a habit, I sometimes just aim on purpose, even though the aiming doesn't matter. The game overwrites your own aiming, which can be sometimes a bit strange. So for example, if I needed to go to the right now and destroy these blocks, but there's an enemy near me, the game actually focuses on the enemy before I can even do something environmentally. So the enemy is always higher priority. So, just FYI. Beep, beep, beep. I love the sound effect and the little, like, it's very cartoony in it, how the main protagonist kind of like reacts. I love that so much. Just makes it feel just a tiny little bit like just a beyond the normal. Oh yeah, this is an indie game, right? This is like just nothing like the basic stuff. No, they went above and beyond with certain things like that. Hope the volume is good. And now the thing is full, and we have a level up. So this is the entire menu. Some things are grayed out for the future, and you have from damage to fire rate to crit chance, or sorry, it's critic chance. Sounds a little bit strange. I think English is maybe not the main language of the developers. Move speed, bullet speed, and fire range. So we have 1 point, and you can just put it in fire rate, for example, because I feel like that's most obvious. You can instantly downgrade it again. So you can say, okay, let me just move through the world faster. Let me get movement speed. And then when you're clearly in a boss fight, you can just pause the game, go into this menu, downgrade all the movement stuff, and just go full fire rate, for example, and damage, right? So the game allows you to very quickly and very easily just change things up, right? Also, if you see, this is the fire rate now, and this is it without. So there's a huge difference and an immediate feedback, right? It's immediately you feel stronger, you shoot faster, and that's what I love with like overall these games, right? That allow you to get like more damage and more speed and more power. Right? I love that. Like you should notice it, right? It shouldn't be like a 3% attack speed increase, right? It should actually be a little bit noticeable. Alright, so if we find 5 of these red things, he will upgrade our gun to 2, and it's probably not too obvious. Each level, as you can see on the gun level, it's literally at the top, right? The middle part and above us. It's gun level 1, and the gun level 2 adds a second gun pretty much to it. So it literally would double our damage. So that's pretty cool. On top of that, which might not be too obvious, all the loot that drops, like the XP that you can see on the ground, is automatically being picked up. So technically, because there's a little bit of a technical thing that I noticed, the entire game world is actually, I think, all on one screen, and only the camera is like faking it, right? Which means if you drop loot, like let's say we drop loot right now, and I go into a door and travel away from the main overworld, it technically still counts and is still part of the world, and thus it can still automatically pick up the loot. So you never have the case of like, oh, I dropped loot, but then I went into a loading screen, now my loot is gone. That never thankfully happens. So that's great. So you don't even need to bother really picking up. You can, of course, you can just run over it if you wanted to, but I always am scared when some games do this auto pickup stuff, and then it's a physical thing in a game where you might leave it behind and you're like, oh my god, I now wasted XP. That's a bad feeling, and I think that shouldn't be the case. Thankfully, isn't the case with this game. So, again, fairly easy enemies. We have, you can just walk over this, but if I wait a little bit, it's being picked up automatically. And of course, in a game like this with an overworld, you have a map. Love that animation, by the way. And it also shows you the main objective. So on the top right, you see main objective, distress signal, and signal power. By the way, I'm not quite sure how much you can play in that demo. I'm not quite sure. I know I played the demo like way back when, but I don't know how much they changed it. Either way, currently there's no distress signal, and there is no lost power apparently. But I think that's only maybe for right now until you go back to the... Like, It will update as you play more. And I think you actually have to go here right now, so I'm gonna be a little bit of a pussy and actually walk back so I can handle this enemy. Now I can handle this enemy. Also, the level up thing where you explode a little bit, that does damage. So that little boom thingy, when you level up, that does damage and does quite a lot of damage, to be honest. Oops. So if you're in the middle of a lot of enemies and you level up right then and there, pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, can actually save your butt. Fire rate helps a lot. I think fire rate is less important with like slower enemies and slower bullets, but I felt fire rate on higher difficulty was not necessary, but of course makes it a lot easier if you have a little bit more distance to enemies. There you go. And because it's a Metroidvania, now we have a little, so you can see the blue things, and we can now boost and fly over these ramps. But of course we don't really have a lot of energy yet, so it's only for a brief time, but it recovers fairly fast. And of course hit these enemies, not necessary, but of course if you feel a little bit unsafe, you can just take your time and just hit them. There's also a little bit of a different enemy. Do you see like the red outline of these enemies? So they're like the next level of enemies. It's like typical gamer stuff, right? Just add more detail to enemies and they automatically become more dangerous. You can also see the big one on the left side. We can't hit that yet. Loading times are also fairly fast because it's also one big world. That's what it did at the start, right? Where it says, we're just loading up the world. And as you can see, you can become quite fast. And if you're thinking, well, that's pretty fast, but can you go faster? Yes, of course. So because we have now one ability, we can upgrade the boost speed if we wanted to. And believe me, you're really fast later. Like, not really, really fast, but pretty darn fast. Which I was very surprised by. Which I love, you know. Give me more power as the game goes on. You see that enemy has like this red outline and is clearly way tankier. Takes way more damage. I also didn't upgrade my damage yet, so that's very noticeable. That was way faster, for example. It was a bigger enemy, but not red, so... also, there are many secrets in this game. Partially because of it's a top-down game, so you can hide a lot of stuff, as you saw at the start. But this thing here, I didn't see until the very, very end game. I didn't see that one. I'm dead serious. I didn't even think of it. So yeah, we now have more max energy, which is not more damage, technically yet. It's just more boost speed. So the blue bar is just... it doesn't become bigger or more blue, but you can do more stuff, right? So you can do a lot more... I can just boost for a longer period. But you can also see a lot of these enemies drop quite a lot of, like... quite a lot of these crystals, which is, of course, you know, loot. Or, you know, XP. But the cool thing is, I have now 1 point. But I can just easily take 1 point away from my fire range and instantly upgrade my damage. And believe me, you noticed that. Do you see how fast we are now in killing those enemies? Sorry, destroy, not killing, of course. But yeah, it's so much easier now. And of course, the faster you destroy the enemies, the more enemies we can destroy in a certain period of time, which gives us more XP, which long-term gives us more damage and maybe movement speed, maybe boost speed, whatever we want. That's a beautiful thing. So now we went all the way around. Let's check this out, which I think is that area. Right, we can't go this area, but glad I went in here because I always forget about it. But we can also go here now. And here. And activate this. So now this is a connection into the first dungeon. But I want to do a few more things. Also, one thing I haven't mentioned, because there's so much stuff at this game that I didn't even realize until like later, is because this is a whole world like pretty much being loaded up. If you don't die at all and you destroy enemies, they don't respawn. It's kind of like a Souls-like, where if enemies are gone and you don't restart the game or die, they continue to be dead. It's a lot easier. By the way, yes, this is a secret that I also didn't realize until like way later in the game. Just, by the way, massive spoiler warning. Like, if you like already what you're seeing, literally just turn off the stream. I'm sorry. I know it's probably, I shouldn't say this as a streamer, but literally play this game yourself. It's a gorgeous game. So we got even more energy, which means I can now fly for even faster or longer. Boost longer. So yeah, this game is actually kind of neat because if you're really good and really dodge constantly and you don't die, enemies don't respawn, which also can kind of suck maybe, because you then, of course, don't have more enemies, thus, well, you don't get more loot, right? So, where's my XP, bro? But this is partially solved by just giving you more and more enemies later on, and I think it's balanced around that idea. And at some point, you can just... Like, at some point you will feel so comfortable. I mean, I am already comfortable fighting these enemies. You can also just say, hey, you know what? Let me on purpose respawn the enemies and just go through the world, and you just blast stuff. You're just, like, destroying stuff left and right. Then we have new enemies that are pretty much like suicide bombers that just fly into you. They don't explode or something, but they do damage. And if you touch an enemy, you also deal damage to them. So if you're just insane, you can literally just walk into an enemy and destroy them like that. As you can see, we got one piece of a heart. So it's a tiny little heart upgrade. It also has like a very early Legend of Zelda vibe. That's also what it has. We could go over here. We're gonna another level up. I think I will just go for fire rate. I will go down here. And now, I also get something that I haven't gotten until the very late game in my first playthrough, by the way. So there are a lot of these things, or upgrades, that work similar to charms, like in Hollow Knight, I would say, just for reference, but they're permanent. So you don't have to, like, equip them, because as you can see, there are a lot of them. Like, you can see on the right side how much space there is, and each of them is an upgrade, like a permanent one, and they're all good. Some of them are better than others. So this one is Crystal Bullet. Your bullets have a small chance to stun most enemies. I wish they would tell us the chance. Same with like crit chance. It doesn't really tell you the chance it has, right? Is it 4? Is it 3? Is it 90? Is it 69? Doesn't really tell you, sadly. But yeah, you definitely notice that little bit of stun chance. Maybe not at the start. But the more fire rate you have, the more you hit the enemies. And then you really notice it. You really notice how often you stun enemies. Like, it's kind of insane. Especially because, as you saw earlier, you get more bullets. More bullets means higher chance. So, right? So it's kind of insane. I will do this once, and then I will let you do the rest. So these little things, these little like flies, they were around us at the start of the game. This is a bullet hell game, but it's also kind of fun, because it plays a little bit around with the idea of like, yeah, okay, what can you do? You know, as in terms of like mini games, what could you do with this genre of game? Well, you could have races with them, right? So that's kind of neat. So you have those little races that become definitely more difficult. I tell you that right now. They become way more difficult and way longer. So that was fairly easy. And so yeah, now one of them is gone. And that's pretty much it. Right. For the first one, you get a little bit of lore. Child of the Crystal, you found one of my spirits. Bring them all back to safety, and their secret tower will open. So you can also see at the top, there is now a little spirit. Like, the icon is now filled up. It spoils a little bit of, like, the secret other items there are. So there are a few. Also, you can see on the top right, like, the game is very transparent in what there is and isn't. I wish some of this stuff would be hidden until you maybe find it. That would be pretty cool. But at least until you find, like, the very first one. I have to say, everything in this game but one thing, or everything that can be collected, like the spirits we just found, beside one thing, gives you upgrades, like permanent ones. Beside one thing, as far as I know. So again, this game really gives you a lot of like stuff that, hey, you know, you play the game to have like fun experiences, but it also rewards you with power. You know, typical video game 101, which I love. So that's awesome. I loved it so much in this game. It's like, oh, I do this, and then I got that, and then I do this, and then I got that. It's like everything just gave me a little bit of like, oh, see, just stunned the enemy there. That's kind of neat. Got him. So now we have 6 of these red ones. So I should probably upgrade my gun, because why not, right? More damage. Come out somewhere else. There are a few red crystals hidden. Oops. There's one more. Wee. Wee. There's another one. Got him. Well, okay, you're nearly gone. So you have some of these ships or enemies, you know, hide in the water. There's a nice little mix between lots of different types of enemies, which is awesome. So I think one that I completely missed at the beginning here, which I always miss, is this one here. So even though I could go into the first dungeon already, if you know the game, of course, it's kind of nice to go like to the different areas and just grab a few upgrades, a little bit more energy, maybe another life if you can get it. And of course, a new gun upgrade, which, you know, I obviously want, cause gun. Oh yeah, you can also see the spirits. All of them will be in the city. They will just, you know, go around. Perfect. With this, we got gun level 2. So now, the next upgrade would be 22 of those. Some of them are sometimes hidden, and some of them are, just come from enemies, even inside dungeons. So the game kind of like feeds you those crystals. We can also see there's another one hidden. It actually shows it now on the map overview. So there's a distress signal. So you can always like, I think at the beginning of the game, it was really nice to just look for the distress signals, main objective, and lost powers. You just go over every single one of them. And again, even if you think, oh, the distress signals, they're just like NPCs, do I really care about them? Yeah, because some of them will give you power. Like I said, everything gives you power, but one collectible, as far as I know. Unless it's a secret I haven't figured out yet, so... Then good job to the game for that. Again, you can see how much more power we have now with the second gun unlocked. It's kind of insane. It's actually insane how much more power that is. Oh, you saw how I leveled up and it actually destroyed most of the enemies. because the explosion itself actually does damage. Perfect. Got another heart. And I think now would be the perfect time to go into the dungeon. So we have now 3. I will take away this and we'll get another damage upgrade instead. Even though I like fire range, but because this is explorer difficulty, it's not that risky to get, you know, to get really up close to the enemies. So that's nice. You can also hit those crystals, which actually give you... Well, energy is an interesting thing. They give you energy, but it's a bit different. As in, there's energy for your booster, and then there's another energy for something else. So we're in the first dungeon. Which I think the dungeons don't give you abilities. The abilities, I think, always come from other parts. So just FYI, it's not like The Legend of Zelda where you always got like, oh cool, I got a new item from this dungeon. It's separate. Which is kind of neat. Because if you're an absolute god, you might not need all the power to finish the game. And we won't need all the power. I will not get all the power for the sake of this playthrough. Partially to be a little bit faster. But also, so you can also, you know, play the game yourself and find new things. There you go. Oh, actually, I know where I could get a health piece right now. Which wouldn't even involve a fight. Yeah, I think. You can also see there are those little hearts dropping. You know, very Zelda-esque. And you have these little moments where you can, you know, get into a little arena. Different enemies spawn. This one actually moved, interesting. So yeah, we have all the damage we really need to really get rid of those enemies. That's why I really wanted to get the second gun level, or gun level 2, and of course a bit more another damage upgrade. You can also get maybe fire range here. Again, fire range just is a huge quality of life. This is, by the way, another secret I only found out at the very end of the game, just FYI. I missed a lot of energy. Like, believe me, I think I got like 1 or 2 energy upgrades until the very end of the game, like right before the final boss, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, how did I miss all of those? Because I'm blind, as you know. Dude, Daniel is blind again. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the damage is pretty intense right now. Again, the damage would be the same and would feel as powerful on advanced difficulty, which I prefer, to be honest. Because the advanced difficulty only changes the speed of the enemy, right? I do have to say, if you play on advanced difficulty, there is this upgrade right here, which is bullet speed. I kind of recommend it. I kind of recommend it on higher difficulty, because the enemies move so fast, your bullets are sometimes too slow to grab, even if it's auto-aiming. It just sometimes doesn't fully, like, get them. So, getting more speed. Oh, sorry, I forgot. There's actually is... Oh, I'm sorry. There are 2 different powers. The Metroidvania abilities around my character, I think all of them come from dungeons. Sorry, they come from dungeons. The other abilities on the left side that are grayed out, I think all of them but 1, or all of them... No, all of them come outside of dungeons. That's the difference. So there are 2, like, sets of upgrades, you could say. And you can... I think you can live with a few of them. It's interesting, right? It's just... It's not so black and white, which I really like in this game. Again, they could have easily made it black and white. It's like, no, you need this upgrade, you need these things, etc., etc. And no, it's like, if you don't need that and you're just an absolute god, you can also just... don't need all their powers. Wee! Poggers. dash. So yeah, now we can dash. I have to say though, right away, if you're like, oh my god, this is like a Souls-like. No, because dash is literally just dash. It literally just makes your character dash. It doesn't make it invincible. I'm gonna leave it there. I could say something else as a spoiler, but I'm gonna leave it there. Play the game. But dash itself will not make you invincible, so you can't dash through projectiles. It's just there for partial movement, like if you want to maybe dodge out of the way like this. If you're like, oh god, it nearly got me, or oh god. Right, you want to like quickly reposition yourself. But because it's also a Metroidvania, it's also meant to be used for certain parts of the game, like right here where you can dash over to the other side, or the other way around, or right here to get the heart. And we also need it in the overworld itself to progress. And this is like something I really enjoy from Hollow Knight, where if you get all the mask shards, like there's an animation and flies towards the top left. And I love that in Hollow Knight, and I'm glad this game does it as well. Like, just saying, hey, you got it now, okay, bye, and it just randomly appears. Not just animate it, just make it a little bit work, right? I love that so much. If, like, the game itself works with the UI, it's just like, yes, just the tiny little bit of effort just makes the game just feel so much better. I love that. So, we need a key. I do have a key. But if I remember correctly, there's... Oh, yeah. Forgot about the 16 enemies that spawn there. Hi, guys. I think you also have a key for me. Oh, wait, yeah. There's also this. There we go. This is fairly easy, of course, on Explorer difficulty. Projectiles, thankfully, move fairly slowly. Again, I played this game now, I think, 3 times, so I kind of roughly know where I have to go. So if you're wondering, wow, you're going really fast. Yeah, it's because I kind of know the game. Oh my god, this area was a little bit... No, not this area. I think it was this one. This one? No, there are no projectiles. Okay. So I think it was another dungeon where if the projectiles are moving way faster, you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it was this one. Yeah, this area, this is insane. Like, if you're not, like, really fast, like, truly fast, you will get hit here. Which is the point, right? There you go. A little... I don't know why, it always looked... I think it's a house symbol, but it always looked like a mushroom to me. Either way, we got the mushroom now. Which opens the boss room. Classic video game. Get some heart. To get ready for the boss. Music is pretty sick. Oh, wait, hold up. Got another... I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna go for a little crit. Holy heck, I forgot you moved towards me. Wow, okay, we do a lot of damage then. Perfect. I got really close to it, so it actually hits the explosion. You see it instantly is like next phase. And I love that it actually like breaks apart. It's such a cool thing. They didn't need to do this, but they did. You see how it slowly breaks apart? Ah, it's so good. Ah, it's so good. So we go for a little bit more fire rate. Ah, love it. Ring. Another level up. Sweet. And oh, we're nearly halfway to the next level. GG. I like how it's the theme of getting an upgrade, but in a more like evil tone. Boom. Yay. Classic video game, of course. Big door to the boss. And we got 1 out of 4 in like 10 minutes. I mean, of course, because I know where to go. Partially. The thing is, though, and I want to point this out. I'm not gonna point this out. Just play the video game. Just play the video game. So another thing, though, before I forget this, because I think I always forget that, is it this one here? Oh no, it actually doesn't matter, I think. Wait, does it? I always forget it. Doesn't matter, I will just do it. Even though it's a distress signal, I think it actually doesn't matter long term, so I probably don't even need to do this. But still, we have now the dash ability, so we can actually dash over these little areas. Without this ability, we wouldn't be able to do that, right? So typical Metroidvania thing, which is neat. And you can see those enemies are now a little bit tougher. You know, they have the red outline, and yeah, they are definitely tankier. They take way longer compared to these enemies, which is like I blink and they're gone. So puzzle of like, have to like boost properly and position yourself to get this. Another little boost puzzle. We have another. We'll get crit. So even vases can be enemies, so gotta be a little bit careful sometimes what enemies could be. Again, we have so much damage. I actually wonder how much. Okay, we only have like 4 of the red ones. I don't know what they're called actually. But yeah, all the NPCs are in these little broken, like, crystals. Now they're gone. Thankfully, we as the protagonist can take the shortcut. And we're out. And if you're wondering, okay, where's that NPC now? Well, where the other NPCs are, right? In the city. And each NPC has a little bit of a... Well, some of them have, some of them aren't. Like, don't have some crazy thing. So this one is, of course, the upgrade for the guns. And I think this one we unlocked now is in here. Yep. So he's just waiting here. And you can just do stuff here. Find other NPCs. And again, it's fairly simple if you just follow the distress signals. So, and as mentioned earlier, because we destroyed those enemies here, they don't appear again because we haven't died yet. I probably will die at some point, but maybe only later when I'm a little bit more aggressive. This is actually not necessary to do, but I'm gonna do it anyways. There is technically, I will show this a little bit later, there is a shortcut to this area right here. At the very start of the game, if you have the balls to do it, because you instantly fall into a little trap by the enemies, and things become very difficult. As in, you kind of like, you take a shortcut, but to earn that shortcut, you have to fight enemies, and those enemies are pretty tanky without like 1 or 2 gun upgrades, without 1 or 2 damage or 3 damage upgrades. So it's like, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot very quickly if you're not careful. I think we'll do, sure. This shortcut here, by the way, I didn't do until like very, very late game. Also, you can see, those are different looking bullets. Don't get hit by those. So the game is, I love how the game teases you, oh, there are different looking bullets that look way more dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't get hit by those. And I love that, right? So I have the big tree enemy here. That should be gone fairly fast. Yeah, thankfully we crit a few times. I do have the gun level 2. Yeah, there it is. And even gives a heart. So that's kind of neat. And of course, those big enemies usually reward you with some of those like red things. But again, I don't need to pick them up. I can just leave. And the game picks them up for me. Alright. Those are gone. There's this. That little pressure plate. I always thought, I don't know if there's any... Is there any house? I'm not quite sure. I think maybe there was one house where you can go from behind. Like a little secret, I think. I'm not quite sure. I always thought, oh, this is one of those games where the secret is like, you come into the house from behind, but it doesn't show you because it's like from this perspective, right? So we save that NPC. Which is, I think, that definitely one that I want to show you. We can... I'm gonna go top in a second. I do want to do this here, because it's actually kind of huge. Like, this area is kind of huge. So, holy moly, I'm dodging and weaving here right now. Holy moly. This is a little bit more dangerous here. So, if you come here the first time, without proper upgrades, it can be a bit scary. Thankfully, we have all the upgrades, really, that we could get maybe at this point. Probably can get a little bit more. But you do have to destroy all these enemies. And after this, a little secret opens up. Classic, you know. If you played The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, or pretty much any Deku tree, right? Like, big tree with a big opening. They're traders. Not traitors, traders. Like, people that trade with you. And this one is pretty mandatory, to be honest. Oh man, I came here again with 11, not with 12. Classic. Okay, so I have to go out. So yeah, another increase your maximum amount of energy. Then you have this one, which is contains a piece of forgotten history, lore, and probably most important, I think even the speedrunners take this, improves crystals restoration, reducing by 10% the amount needed to level up. The translation is a little bit strange sometimes. It sounded a little bit strange saying it out loud. But yeah, you need 10% less XP to level up. So you need 10% of like the crystals on the top left to level up, which is massive over the course of the game. I think you don't... No. Some NPCs hide crystals like on the side here. So... a little secret right now. You're welcome. You check that secret out. You will know. If you play the game, you'll know what's behind there. Oh, yeah. I remember. Oh, it's a bit scary here. Hold up. This is, I think, one of the first fights where I actually died. I will take that. I will take range. The enemies aren't tough, but... range will make it a lot easier. This, by the way, on higher difficulty, my goodness gracious, I was like pooping myself. This on higher difficulty is super scary. Because it's like the things fly towards you so heckin' fast. There we go. And here we get a few more crystals. I think each of them have like 2, 4, 6, 8, so yeah. And again, I don't have to pick them up, because the entire game is kind of like a massive overworld. They just appear automatically. So it's auto pickup, which is really neat. So you don't miss something or lose something. And now you can get the Restoration Enhancer, which is huge. Especially for the future. So we don't need to pick up that many crystals, and each crystal we pick up is technically 10% worth more, of course. Or indirectly. Also classic Metroidvania, or I wonder if it's actual Metroidvania, or I think something I really like in Dark Souls, where you unlock like little shortcuts to previous areas. I really love that. Hi, sir. There is one thing, you'll see it in a bit. So I'm gonna destroy this here. And now the enemy spawning up. Gotta be a bit careful. As you can see, like when I move, it tracks where I'm moving. So some enemies track you a lot more than others, and this can become very dangerous very quickly. Nice, stunned it. You can see on the top left how it's kind of bugging out right now. You see how it's bugging out? It's kind of funny. That happens, I think, every single playthrough I did. I grabbed the restoration one. It always fills up more than it actually has. It's just a bug they never fixed, I guess, for the final product. It's kind of funny. That's also the NPC we found earlier. And very neat for the first playthrough, or actually ever. So it's a free reveal map. You can go to him after getting a map fragment every single time, or Jesus Christ. So yeah, he gives you all the little spots and like areas that you can explore, like even the little caves, right? Because the little caves, Jesus Christ. Hyperwork, how you doing? Yep, I'm gonna wait for the sound. Yep. Yep. Stay hydrated, by the way. Stay hydrated, guys. So. He reveals the map fragment, or the entire map, but only the map fragments you have. So now you know the little spots beside, of course, the main dungeons, but little areas. So, for example, the lost power ability points to a building. So it's very obvious now where we can get it, right? So it's really nice, and you can go to him for free every single time. I need 22 for you, so we're gonna grab that in a bit. Spoiler, by the way. Hyperwork, if you love Metroidvanias, spoiler warning. I will spoiler the frick out of this game. Like, literally right now, this area is a spoiler. Also, you hear that sound effect? Play with sound on. Got him. So this thing loves to fly away from you. It's a little golden bug or golden beetle. And again, a lot of this stuff gives you upgrades in this game. Even the golden beetles actually give some pretty powerful upgrades later on. So yeah, we got a little heart ability. So this is the shortcut I mentioned. So you can go this way into the forest. Warning, if you go down here now, this fight is actually pretty heckin' tough. If you don't have a few upgrades already, you'll sweat, especially on higher difficulty. You see how tough these enemies are? Yeah, you'll sweat a little bit against these enemies. I'll tell you that. JMGs, yes. Game has some really nice music. Find it very chill. Very nice. Got him. But again, every single fight you fight, you'll get more damage, or like more upgrades, more XP, more stuff, more everything. So each fight is rewarded, especially if you can maybe, if you don't die. Actually, I haven't mentioned this. We might actually not die because this is easier difficulty, and I'm playing quite carefully. To be honest, dying doesn't matter. If you're like, oh no, I'm gonna lose all my XP like in Souls-like games, nothing happens. Dying is literally a non-issue. The only thing dying does is it resets your position on the map because you restart at the last location you saved, and enemies respawn as mentioned earlier. But the rest, that's it. You don't lose the XP on the top left. You don't have, you are not like oh no, I only have like half hearts or something, you know, like in Souls-like games where you're like corrupted or whatever the heck it's called. Nothing like this. It's really, really, really simple. So dying is not extremely punishing. So, which is nice, right? It's very comfy. It's very friendly in that case. Also, maybe I shouldn't even be here. This is like so far away from the main objective, but you know, here we are now. Got him. Also, technically, what if I destroy you right now? Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually destroy you. Quick question. Can I get more damage? Hell yeah, I can. Let's go. Another damage upgrade. Got him. Gotta be a bit careful. And you notice that we're leveling up way faster now, thanks to the restoration ability. I think this is probably another level up. No, not yet. Not yet. What? Forgot about you guys here. Well, my bad. There's actually a cool ability I could get here. Hello. Oh, got him. Again, you don't have to fight every single enemy. You can just like say like, nah, never mind. I'm a people leave. You could if you wanted to. But again, it's just so fun just hitting those enemies and destroying them. Of course, it's super comfy when it's auto-aiming for you. And you can actually focus on moving and dodging. It's really comfy. Oh my god. My throat is still a little bit short. Not from what you think. Dirty chat. Dirty chat. Okay, I didn't actually want to move. I forgot there's a fight here. Whoops. Forgot about that. Dude, double crit, hello. That was a nice double crit there. Yeah, I definitely would like another gun upgrade. I would love... What? Okay, I gotta be a little bit careful here now. So I know this enemy will drop some XP, which will make me level up. Okay, never mind. So because I knew I level up now, again, level ups deal damage. So, no, come here. And those level ups can sometimes just destroy an entire next wave of enemies if you're smart in your positioning. Also a little... Oh yeah, those enemies are way easier now. And again, a little secret. Again, I'm spoilering a lot of stuff here. We don't want to get spoiled. You know. This is it's a beautiful game that you can 100% on your first playthrough, which is a gorgeous thing. I love that the game allows that and gives you all the tools. Again, the tools aren't free, as you can see later, because you have to buy things with the red things on the top right. But this is one of these... Wait, hold on. Before I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I think... Yeah, this is the shortcut here. But there's another shortcut here. There we go. So now with these shortcuts, I want this. I actually forgot what this thing does. It's, again, one of these enemies I haven't fought until the very, very, very end of my first playthrough. Not the easiest boss, but a bit more difficult. Now we're talking about bullet hell, right? Like, if you're wondering, yeah, bullet hell, I don't see it yet. You should be able to see the... Yeah. Oh, maybe I should have gotten the gun upgrade here. Oh, should be fine. Holy heck. Again, range can really help you here. Where you can just stand away a little bit further from the enemies. Also, when you notice when I dodge, I don't shoot. So moving and not constantly dodging like dashing, is of course higher DPS. Up. Everything is fine, guys. Good question. How tanky are you? By the way, this is totally optional, this boss. You didn't need to do... I didn't need to do this. But... I do like me some upgrades. I do like me some upgrades. Also, you get a lot of crystals, as you can see. That's a lot of crystals. I feel like that's 1.5 levels, right? Yeah, it's like 1.5 levels. Actually, I think a little bit more. So, sorry. I paused the music. I'm sorry for that. Pause the jingle. So, now this is Vengeful Talisman. Sends a wave of powerful bullets all around you whenever you get hit. Kinda neat. Kinda neat. So, it has a little bit of that, it's a little bit of a... Oh, forgot to do that. If you remember the Thorn Charm, right, from Hollow Knight, it's a little bit like that. So let me actually go this way, because I think that's faster. Right, I can't do that yet. No, never mind, it's not faster. No, it's definitely not faster. No, never mind. Oh no. Okay, we have to go all the way around. Oh my god, Daniel. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I know. Time to go all the way around. Again. Because I didn't do the thingies. Then upgrade. Also, you see a little bit of, like, environmental storytelling, as in, hey, you see this area that you can't get to, but you see little ramps. What could this be about? There we go. Now the shortcut is open. So it hints at more locations in the future that you can go to. Potential. I mean, why else would there be a shortcut, right? Or a little ramp? Gun level 3, let's go. So now fun is, we have unlocked the fun. Also, whoop. Also one of the secrets I haven't found until the very end of the game. I'm not even joking. So how many, we have now 4 energy here. This is nice. So the game actually wanted us to go here. And this is now... First of all, we have the map thing that blinks because it shows that there's another map piece in the area, so it's kind of neat. But there's also another dungeon that the game wants us to go to. But first, I kind of want to like actually unlock this shortcut here. There you go. This happens many times where the trees and stuff moves. This is probably the worst looking animation in the entire video game. I'm brutally honest. I'm sorry, devs. This looks really bad. It's literally like the PNGs move to the side. It's like... add something to it. Looks a bit bad. There we go. He's free! Holy moly, he's fast. So yeah, now we have the trader. And he sells us a compass, indicates locations that have been completely cleared. Spoiler, it gives you a little check mark at locations if you finish them. So like, for example, caves and dungeons. It gives you a little check mark if you have gotten all the things in it. Ancient Astrolabe indicates overall completion and add pointers wherever you missed something. So if you don't care about this... which is, by the way, free. It's literally 2 of these things, so it's on purpose very cheap, so it's easier for you to find stuff. But this literally gives you a pointer on the map saying, check here. There is something here. And I'm not even talking about like the dungeons itself, which, by the way, don't have a map, so you have to kind of go blind through dungeons later on if you don't know what you're missing. But this... literally gives you a massive pointer on the map saying right here. It's very obvious. And this one, sup, bro. I think I moved a bit too fast. And this one is a village star, transports you back to the village whenever you want, only works outdoors. So it's a fast travel back to the main city, which is kind of handy. Which I got, I think, semi-late in my playthrough. And I also kind of ignored it because you move, thankfully you move so fast in this game, and you get a lot better in moving and dodging, and like, you know, you kind of know where to go, that you don't even mind not teleporting in this game. Like usually in these open world games, I'm like, oh god, please let me teleport because it's so heckin' slow moving through this world. But in this game, it's so easy and so effortless that I didn't even mind not doing it. Right? I'm like, nah, I can just... It takes me 4 seconds to move from A to B in this world, because the game isn't really large. And again, you can just get boost speed and move speed, and then you're just anyway zooming through the world, which is really nice. So there's that. Let me get another fire rate, and we've seen the tree before, right? We've seen that enemy before, thankfully. But this is actually when well, this was way faster. Holy moly, this was fast. This was definitely not as fast in my first playthrough. I can guarantee you that right now. My first playthrough, that took way long. Actually, I think I died against this boss in my first playthrough. Yeah, I think I did. Anyways, so this is lost power. I'm gonna do this once. I'm not gonna get every single lost power, partially so you can explore something on your own. But these are pretty long dungeons, which aren't necessary to complete the game, which I kind of love. Because they can get a little bit tedious, because you don't have the possibility to just say, hey, skip this animation, right? Don't tell me... You know when the game sometimes, like... Sorry, my throat. You know when the game zooms out sometimes and then flies over to a spot and is like, hey, you unlock this, and then something moves? I wish that you could tell the game, hey, don't tell me this. I know, right? I know, I've seen this before. Thank you very much. You can't turn this off. So, spoiler, by the way. Little secret that I haven't found until the very end game. There's a literal heart waiting for you. Also, another heart. So now we actually have 5 hearts. But the beauty is, you don't need to do those dungeons, so you can just say, yeah, never mind, who cares, right? The power is, of course, very, like, it's actually a really, like, each power has its own thing, which is kind of neat to have, but, yeah, it's not necessary to finish the game, at least. And if you have ears and you have headphones on, you might hear the little beetle sound. There it is. And if you're really fast and you spam dash, you can instantly get it. Just a little spoiler. If you spam dash, you can instantly dash into it and they can't do anything about it. So yeah, now this moment, right, you click the button, it flies over, it shows you this animation, it flies back. So these things, I understand why they exist. I appreciate it. But after my second playthrough, I'm like, can you stop? And sadly, there is no button or indicator or option to turn these off, right? Again, you see the 2 PNG trees move to the side. I wish this wouldn't be the case. I wish you could just, like... Can we speed it up a bit? This would just improve replayability, right? I think that should be another fight here. Yeah, we have a lot of damage. Holy mother of God. Yeah, we have a lot of damage now. We have a lot of damage. I think this is actually not even necessary to do here. We'll just get it anyways, cause why not? It's crystals. Those red crystals feel like drugs at some point. It's like, yeah, give me more, bro. Just give me more, bro. Just straight into my veins. Hell yeah, brother. These purple shots, by the way, they're insta-death. Just FYI right now. If you're wondering, you will instantly die if you... You will instantly die if you touch them. My poor child, you cannot give up now. The unchosen must be stopped, even if you must defy finitude itself. So it's a little in-game lore of how you actually, you know, respawn. But again, because we technically died, even if it's in a dungeon, enemies also respawned outside the dungeon. So the entire game reset now. So we have enemies to fight again in the overworld, or everywhere. Right? Even if you were in a cave and enemies were in there, they're back. As long as it's not like one of these fights like this right now. Little crystal. Ouch. Going a little bit fast. Partially for the sake of the stream. I mean, again, this game is actually quite short. Quite short if you know where to go. If you don't know where to go, it's really nice to explore the world, find the little secrets, find the little puzzles, you know, and you're like, oh, wait, how can I get there? It's really nice. The first playthrough is really neat. And because you know where stuff is and all the little secrets and hints that I got, you know, like the little hearts there and energy, it makes the second playthrough a lot smoother. Beside the little camera movements. So I think this is one of the areas where the game reintroduces a boss. Hold up. Gonna get that. So it introduces this boss, which sadly is being reused a few times in the game. I think it's changed up each time, but it is technically a beetle fight. So it's the beetle boss that's being reused. I wanted to get a little bit closer so the explosion actually hits it to deal a little bit more damage. Also, I should probably always have like at least one crit because of the high attack speed I have now. Makes sense to also use crit chance. There you go. Already dead. Yeah, I have a lot of damage, I realize. I'm really strong. I'm really, really strong. Oh. Level up. And the first power. Or third. First. Let's say first. Child of the crystal, the power once mine is now thine. Gather energy from the blue crystals and use my power to exit this shrine. So yeah, now this shrine, not only, like at first, if you don't have anything, if your ability at the bottom, which is by the way always there, if you hit these crystals, you always get your ability first and then your boost. So it's the same energy, but it's also different. And now, boom! The power of protection. It's funny how it's called power of protection and I literally just blasted 12 enemies in a split second. But yeah, it also turns off, like if you do this, like maybe I can show it right here. Can I show it right here? I don't know if there are enemies, by the way, around now. Any enemies? Pausers? No? Oh, there are enemies. So they respawn, by the way. So if you look at the projectiles also go away. So it is, as it says, it's about protection, right? So if you're like, oh my god, I'm feeling like overwhelmed by projectiles, you can just blast that and all the projectiles are gone. I'm gonna leave it at that. I would have spoiled something, but you'll see it later. So, now this is one of the abilities that you can also upgrade. As you can see, it's Power of Protection, it takes 2 points. You could upgrade this, increases power and range, so it's just larger and does more damage. It's kind of neat, but this is different than the thing at the middle of the screen. So the Metroidvania abilities that lets you travel into deeper parts of the game are on the middle of the screen. The left stuff is other power. So technically, as mentioned, if you want to finish this game, you want to upgrade the middle part. You want to find more powers that are in the middle, not the left. You should do both, but I'm just saying. And so I'm gonna focus on just those powers now for the sake of the stream. Actually, let me get this as well here. For the sake of the stream. But also so you can, you know, also explore the game on your own time. You can hear the map icon like blinking because there is one right here. And again, it's really nice. I'm gonna say it in a bit. So, I love how it's like connected. It's like really nice, like slots in. Love that. Love that so much. And zoom in, zoom out. And nice environmental storytelling, as in this was clearly a shop owner here, right? But just died, right? It's broken. It's kind of like, looks like a fossil. It's just nice. It's like these little tidbits of like, just a little bit of storytelling, right? You don't need a lot, but just that little bit is all I really care about. Love it. So there's so many different ways now to go. Let me stay down here. Let me stay down here, so I don't mix things up. So you can see it becomes a little bit more dangerous here. Like some massive thing shoots at you. Kind of dodge. Gotta boost. Gotta aim properly. That's not that easy. So we got this now. We got this little shortcut, which doesn't really matter too much, because this is actually the way to go. But the thing we did right now is kind of necessary anyways later on. If I remember correctly. There you go. Again, we have so much power. We could also just say, you know... oh, I think I didn't mention this. So yeah, because of the power, I could just use the power, right? And just like blast the enemies. And as you hit enemies, you get more power. As in you charge up your power. By the way, is that a secret that I never noticed? Okay, no. I thought that you could go down here. You know, sometimes I don't even know what secrets are anymore. But yeah, it's you just slowly get your power just charges up as you fight more enemies, right? Again, a little spoiler for the future. There's a little different path, different enemies, more fossils or big-ass stones that look like, well, part of me or part of something, right? It's like, see those big-ass things? Look like what I am, right? Just much, much, much larger. There you go, a little shortcut. Activate this, because I think this also unlocks the other shortcut, which is right underneath us. To actually progress. Well, it's not less a shortcut, it's actually the way to progress. There we go. If you got the damage, super easy to deal with this thing. And that's the beauty of this game, and that's what I love about this game a lot, is if you just get enough damage, it's just so nice. Because you feel it, right? You're like, oh man, I really struggled with this boss. And then you just explore the world, get a few more level ups, especially if you find, you know, the the restoration crystal or whatever it's called, so your level ups are, so you level up more, and it actually makes you feel powerful, right? And I love that, and I want that in games, and this game just manages this beautifully. Well, speaking of power, I need a little bit of power here. Can I get 6? There we go. Even more damage. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Holy moly. Yeah, we're pretty powerful now. Nice, thanks for the crystals. This is nearly another level up now. I think... Wait, what was this area again? I forgot about this. What's this? What about that? Right. Oh, the game also is very nice. It sometimes positions these crystals nearby because you can actually just do this and destroy these things very easily. If you have, like, the explosion thing. Oh, yeah, I forgot about you. Come here. Come here, you little effer. Come here. Sorry. Forgot about there's a beetle here. I was, like, wondering, isn't there a beetle in here? But you also got in here because of the you know, what is... I don't even know what it's called. The red stuff at the top right. Which, by the way, we need 65 of for the next gun level. Which adds another gun to the whole thing, which is pretty big. Which I kind of want. Okay, hold on now. This position in a weird way. There we go. Oops. There we go. Should be a big one, yep. And again, because we have like so much fire rate, I'm starting to like stun the enemies more often because, you know, like I hit them more often, so the 1 or 2% stun chance, whatever it is. I haven't looked actually at the wiki. Actually matters. Another little secret right here, which is actually kind of cool. So it's a bit of a classic thing in most games nowadays, right? It's a little for speedrunners. So this is Wounded Heart. When at low health... Sorry, my throat. When at low health, plunges you into anger and fear to double your critical chance. So... that's pretty cool. So at like, I think 1 health, and at some point, if you have more health, even at 2 health left, you will deal like quite a lot more damage and you just crit more often, which is kind of neat. Little ambush here with those enemies. Yes, there's another little beetle. Can I get it? Yeah, got him. I'm actually getting a lot of beetles, which is kind of neat. Okay, now I have 5. That's good, that's good. I won't get all of them, but if I, of course... You just naturally stumble upon them, right? If you just listen and you're like, wait a second, I'm hearing a beetle. Let me just grab it real fast. And yes, by the way, beetles can be inside dungeons as well. So, really gotta listen. And now, we've unlocked the second dungeon. And also enemies spawned behind us. Hi guys, how you doing? Thanks, bro. Much appreciated. Right, I think we go left, then right. Yeah. Go. Is it down here? Think. Oh yeah, those are also those are actually kind of interesting enemies. So they shoot like they charge up, and when they shoot, they like shoot themselves away. So it's very unpredictable where they land because they bounce off of environment. Or I don't think they bounce off of other enemies, but yeah, they bounce off of other like environments. So Yeah, it's very unpredictable how these enemies move, especially when there are a lot of them. Because you have to... Like, you try to dodge their projectile and then you suddenly move into them and you're like, oh god! Kind of neat. God damn it! Sorry, I said god damn it, not because I got hit, just because of, like, how much damage I'm already having. It's like when you all know the certain spots that give you, like, these crystals. It's very easy to just get some pretty intense upgrades. There we go. There we go, can instantly destroy that. Whoops, that was a bad dodge. Oh yeah, by the way, these little towers, they can, I think they're pretty scary because they aim pretty darn well. They aim pretty darn well. Gotta be quite careful. I think those are empty, those vases. Yep. We're already at 45. That's really nice. Oh, next gun level upgrade. I think I might be able to get all of them. But let's see. Hi guys, how you doing? They're just chilling here. So we now have one. Sorry, we've got 2 keys. So you see how, like, I'm trying to dodge them, but they're, like, kind of predicting where I move. They're really scary. Because later on you have those strong enemies that deal double damage, by the way. And they predict where you move, so you're like, oh my lord, please let me leave. And then you have other enemies kind of, like, trying to block your path, so it's really scary. Perfect. They're a little bit... They're like tanky enemies mixed into them. You can see the red outline. Perfect. Oh my god, already. I mean, if I already have the ability, the power, which again is not necessary, but of course it helps a lot. Oh, should have moved closer. Okay, come here, no, I got him. I got him, and now I'm dead. I'm kidding. Still, it's kind of funny. Sometimes you have to actually get the beetle by just pretty much dashing into, like, nothing. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna just disappear. But thankfully, you never lose, like, health. Same to... oh, I didn't mention this. My Animal Well video is out, by the way. In Animal Well, you can also, like, die... Like, you can fall into the environment, but you don't lose health. Same with this game. You don't lose health when you, like, fall into water or a hole or something. You never lose health. You only lose health against, like enemies. New power, which is pretty cool. So this is now Super Shot, which uses your energy. So the higher your energy, the more damage you actually do, until you have a certain upgrade, which we'll get later, because I really want it, because it's really powerful. And again, it's only possible, or it's easily accessible, because the game gives you the option to get 100%. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. So it's really nice. Yeah, it's Super Shot. This is, by the way, multiple things. First of all, if I try to shoot at the enemy right here, it doesn't work. But if I use the Super Shot ability, it hits. So the Super Shot automatically goes a little bit further than the normal shot. This is kind of important sometimes. Beside that, if you play with mouse and keyboard and you aim and you shoot yourself, no, you don't shoot yourself in the foot, but you just shoot yourself. So you yourself say when you want to shoot. You usually shoot with left click, but as a little quality of life, I guess I can just tell you, if you shoot with right click, which is super shot on mouse and keyboard, you continue using the normal shot. So instead of constantly pressing left click later on in the game, you actually switch to right click, which was kind of interesting. Which I like, because you can just hold right click and shoot and aim, and every once in a while, like out of habit, you lift your finger and press right click again, and then you super shot until your energy is low. And even if you hold down right click, it still charges up the power. It doesn't automatically use it because you have to like lift off of your finger and reuse the ability to then use it again. But I don't know. It's one of these little things that just felt natural, which is very important in a game where it's all about shooting stuff. Also, I have 5 crystals. What the flying heck is happening right now? You know what? I'm just gonna wait. At this point, I don't need anything else. I have the damage, I have the fire rate. I'm good. Oh no! I was too slow. I didn't grab the... Oh man, I didn't get the heckin'... Oh man. The game got me good. The game teases you so many times. It's like, oh, there is something here. Right before you get it, it's like, nope. Nah, try again, sucker. Also, I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think that upgrading damage is always more important than anything, than fire rate, for example. I think. I don't know if it's additive damage or multiplicative, but I don't know, it just feels way more impactful than just getting one more fire rate upgrade, if I could get another damage upgrade. That's also probably the reason why it's like so expensive later on. I think you need like... Yeah, we'll see how many points we need. Or you will see. Boom! Got this. So I think... There are, of course, little, like, side things, like side quests you can do. I think I won't do all of them, just so you have a little bit yourself to explore. There you go, got him. Perfect level up, by the way, just to really get rid of the enemies quickly. Beautiful. This is, I think, necessary to do, yep, because this allows us to go to the boss. This boss is actually really neat. Like, overall, the boss designs in this game is... Beside the beetle. Sorry, devs. The beetle kind of sucks. After the 3rd time you reuse it. But the main bosses, like in the main dungeons, really sick. Love them. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this and just get more damage. Oh my god, my throat. There's this big boy. 2nd dungeon, 2nd big boss. I don't think we'll be able to talk about this. Again, if you got super shot, definitely use it once in a while, because it does a lot more damage early on. And yes, you can upgrade super shot if you want to like feel like you have more control over your damage. You can. And I highly recommend, especially in your first playthrough. Just, God, super shot is just so good. Ah, I used it at the wrong time. Gosh darn it. Yeah, it becomes very bullet hell-esque. Perfect. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Like, literally unlocks a gun. Like, changes its form. That looks so sick. Look at it. Ah. Looks so heckin' sick. Just so cool. And now it becomes very... slightly disturbing, I have to say. So now you see how it moves around. And Yeah, now it becomes the story. You see how it like slowly loses control? Again, it's storytelling without saying a gosh darn word, right? You see the enemy just unable to control themselves. It's twisting around. It's shooting. It's not shooting at you directly anymore because it probably can't because you destroyed it so much by now. Like, you're really whittling it down. And it's like, just don't need a lot. But you need this at least in your games. Just a little bit of storytelling. I'm gonna grab the health. GG! Had to blow my nose. Also, depending on how you like each of those slots in the boss door is dynamic. So it's not like going left, right, left, right. If you do a different boss dungeon before this one, like the third one in quotes, it shows you a different animation. So it's actually a little bit dynamic. So it's not like, oh, okay, let me just show you the next animation in the process. It's actually a little bit dynamic. So it clearly is more open than that the game appears. So best example is this right here, which is technically the next area. Quite hidden, to be honest, if I'm correct. So if you destroy all these enemies, which you'll see in a bit, not this one right here, because this one is in the water, but all these enemies that like hide themselves right here. Come here. No, come here. Yeah, come here. There we go. This opens up. And this is, I think, kind of mandatory. I think this is actually mandatory to do. If I'm not wrong. Otherwise, you will not progress to the next part of the game. And I was actually happily surprised by that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't, you know, literally dash into the projectiles, but it's fine, guys. It's fine, guys. You know, it's building character. You know, that's what this is. Also, this is a little bit of a teaser to this area. So there's a certain NPC and not a trader that you can meet, but I don't know where. Actually, I lied. There are two ways here. Just notice this. So there's this here. Or so you can use this shortcut, or it's not a shortcut, but you can go this way, how we went in, right? Or, which blew my head, this whole thing is actually unlocked since the very first part of the game, because we're not back in the city. This is now the town. So it's like, wait, what? So yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So if you're like an absolute giga chat and you're like, never mind, let's go. You can just go right here, right? Because you don't need an ability. You just need a little bit of skill to don't die to the enemies. There's also this area here. With some enemies, which are a little bit tanky at the start. So if you're here at the very start of the game, they will take longer. They will definitely take longer to defeat. Also a little heart, a little spoiler. Just more enemies, not necessary to fight. And I think... Actually, I don't know what this is. Actually, I'm not quite sure what this is. Where does this lead again? No, this is very easy. This is just this. Sorry, spoiler. Actually, I would love to get 1 or 2 more hearts. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 more hearts would be really nice. There we go. I think Danny spawns here. Where does this lead again? Because this is where the game wants us to go. Yeah. This would be the natural way. So there is a little bit of a very large underworld area, which we'll come across later, and I think this is part of it. I forgot about this. All good, wasn't even, like, scared. Why would I? Yeah, so it's this here. And I think this is... little shortcut here. Yeah, so this is pretty much where you fall down, come in here. Got it, okay. This is not yet where I thought we would be. The game is pretty large. It's a pretty big world. Pretty big world that is very nicely interconnected. So yeah, this is now where we are. And this is not a connection to... I also like these little parts here that pretty much tell you, oh, this is back to the main town, right? So you can kind of follow it back if you're unsure, but you can, of course, always just look at the screen and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm here. And if I go all the way to the right, I go back to the main part of the game. Yep. I won't get every map. This is, I think, the last map I will get, because I know roughly where to go now. But yeah, there are a lot more pieces. So you can always like think, if you're kind of stuck because it's a Metroidvania, you can always think like, okay, I got the boost, then I got the dash, then I got the super shot. So I need to do something with the super shot to then progress to get like whatever comes next, right? And we saw in the main dungeon that yeah, definitely don't get hit by that button. But those shots, they hurt. They actually hurt. They do double damage. I'm gonna come back to you later. Bye. So that super shot also lights up flames. So there's a little twist to what you should do next, or I should probably go. This is also one of the coolest thing where I was like, yes, this game is really good, because it did this. I think it's probably, if you just travel around and you move around and you do some stuff and you're like, okay, cool, let me just hit a few enemies. You will come across an enemy here. That's a massive goddamn snake. Like, this is such a sick thing that I didn't expect from this game. Like, you just come across this thing, just randomly. I mean, it's always here, of course, but I'm like, what the heck is happening here? It's so sick. This is, of course, super easy now, because it's, like, lower difficulty. But I really didn't expect a massive, like, desert worm out of, like, these parts. Like, it's such a sick thing. Like, I didn't expect this. And I was like, yes, this good. This is a good game. This is officially a good game. And it's, of course, not only for big loot like this, because it definitely gives us another level. It, of course, also unlocks the next ability, which is like this, the next little dungeon. And if you're wondering, you can see, you know, Lost Power is right in here. I won't do it, because it's another little, another dungeon that, again, is not necessary, but it unlocks another power if you need it. This is also something I didn't found for a real long time, because it opens this. Not necessary to do, just FYI. I didn't find that for a very long time. Believe me. Also, little secret there. And technically, what is that again? I think that's just an upgrade, right? I'm 90% sure that's just an upgrade. Ouch. Oh no, they were protected. They didn't take damage, did they? Ouch. Okay, now I'm taking a little bit more damage than I want to. Guys. Let me do it like this. Now they're moving towards me and not away from me. What is this there again? Oh yeah, this is just for this guy. Which I probably won't do. Because it's not necessary. But yeah, true. This is another like guy you can help, and I'm pretty sure this is probably the second part. Right. Yeah. Did I actually help? Okay. I thought one of them have like the crystal things, the red ones that give me more damage. Or lets me upgrade some stuff. Another thing, if you come here, it just spawns these enemies. Another little source of power or like XP you need. But again, there are those little turrets that kind of aim for you, so you gotta be a bit careful. And I think actually the next area, the game is very clearly shows what the next main objective is, right? So you can kind of see, oh, okay, to the top right, there's a dungeon. Okay. This is technically also, if I'm already right here. Sorry. Thanks. I don't need the map. Reduce boost energy consumption by 30%. Man, I'm really close to another... I'm really close to the gun upgrade. Okay, I'm gonna get the gun upgrade before anything. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the little trader that we found when you go to the other side. Kind of like tells you, oh, there's something hidden that you haven't seen before. There's also this here that we can destroy now. There's also this here. There we go. And for some reason, the don't ask me why the building moves. I don't know, but it gives me a heart, so I'm fine with it. I'm good. Daniel, why does the building move? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Just moves. Also, by the way, we got now the gun. Let's go. Gun level 4. And I think gun level 5 is 120. So yeah, that's quite a bit. But the game showers you with more and more of this stuff. So I got this now, which lets me do a few things. First of all, it lets me do this. There we go. Light that flame, which we saw earlier. I didn't comment on it, but yeah, you saw earlier. So now we can light this up, and it's a little bit storytelling, right? Because you need 4 of them to do something, and we'll find out what it is. We'll find out. Of course, it's kind of funny how much stronger we are now compared to way earlier. Isn't there also... How do I get there again? It's not through here. It's also not through here, because that's a shortcut. It's also not through here. What the heck was there? Danny, are you confused? No, I totally know where to go. Just let me think for a second. Danny, haven't you played this game for like 3 times already? Yeah, but... Shut up. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the way. So yeah. You could come here, but you couldn't get over here to unlock this. Which, by the way, again, I could have done this after getting Dash, which is like the first dungeon, right? So it's very open, this game, or fairly open. There are, of course, certain things you kind of want, like, of course, Super Shot, like this massive power. It's like, of course, really good. But you don't need it, right? Also, Scurry, which is like a popular, I think, Hollow Knight speedrunner, but speedruns all sorts of games. Also speedrun this game. Was really fun to watch. It was really fun to watch. That was pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure there's a fight. Yep, we actually dodged that fight, I just realized. Like, you can go around the trigger, so it doesn't trigger this fight. It's kind of neat. So, we come here now. There are also new enemies, which is really interesting. So these are normal. We saw this before. But you can clearly see the damage. Like, they are now constantly like the red outline. They are more dangerous. Those are new, though. Those are little, like, grasshopper enemies. And they also come in red. My goodness gracious, we have so much damage. Genuinely, I'm shocked. We have so much hacking damage. And, thankfully, I come here with Super Shot. I can come in here. Hello. And I can't get this. Increases the chance to drop life hearts from enemies. Also another map and more lore. You guys like lore? Can I actually buy the lore? Maybe I should get the lore. I haven't gotten a single lore thing yet for you guys. I definitely want to show it off, but not right now. And of course, it also shows you, I think, one of the first enemies that become more common are these black ones, or purple ones, actually. Yeah, they're clearly way tankier. And all their things deal 2 damage. All their attacks. So, gotta be really careful there. Another little secret. Boom, another flame. This is, I think, top left. So we got bottom left and top left. And now we have 2 left. Get it? Sorry. This should... Yeah, wasn't there... It is in a heart. Sweet. I think this is the second row. Spoiler. Yay. You can actually go all around here, which spawns enemies. Got him. Fairly easy. And again, you don't have to, like, we don't have to fight these enemies. You can just, like, run past them. But thankfully, I kind of want to fight them because it's, like, so easy. Or it's, like, because we're so strong. And again, every single enemy that I do defeat gives me some more, well, either this or also some, just more XP, right? Got him. By the way, I think, yes, those enemies, or these enemies, these nuts, sorry, I don't know what's happening right now. I'm ill. That's my... Yes. I'll say that. Those enemies in this area respawn when you die. So you could technically come back here and farm them if you wanted to. Because they're not like enemies that spawn because of a fight. They just live here, I guess. They just live here and you just come by and just destroy their lives. Typical video game stuff, right? Sorry guys, you give me XP, so I gotta do some stuff. Goodbye. It's not nice, but you know, we are the main protagonist, so we're allowed to do this. Oh god, my nose is stuffed. Hi, sir. Here we go. And you do need Super Shot because of this right here, if I remember correctly. So if you don't have super shot, you can't destroy this thing. Oh wait, no, this is actually, this doesn't matter. Yeah, I forgot this doesn't actually matter. No, this doesn't matter. This is extra, I remember this now. But it needs super shot, of course, for the flames. How do I go to the other flames? What's the area? It's not this. It's 1,000,000,000% not this. Watch it being this. No, I remember there being one spot where you actually need to fight like enemies. I mean, this is everywhere in this game, but like a big purple grasshopper enemy, which is a pretty tough fight if you don't have either a lot of health and or don't have a lot of like damage. Sorry, yeah, health damage, or can't dodge like me. As in, I can't dodge. Yes, this is the area. This is the area, yeah. There's the big boy. There's the big boy. So first of all, they spawn projectiles when they come down, but the black or purple ones also spawn projectiles when they jump, when they land, and then it also does this. And you have no idea how much damage I have to be able to just casually do this fight. It's pretty insane. Let me tell you right now. Yeah. 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 Holy! Have you seen what just happened, bro? It like instantly turned around. It like bounced off and instantly turned around. What the heck was that? Nani? Okay. Thing. Got it. Cool, cool. I do have to say, the upcoming dungeon has my favorite boss. It's truly my favorite boss. So... Who's that? Oh my god, it's a turtle! It's a tortoise! Isn't there a difference between turtle and tortoise? And we can chill now. Well, not the entire thing, but for the most part, we can just relax and enjoy. It's a turtle. Okay, with auto-aiming, this is a lot easier. I have to... Dude, we're zooming. By the way, I couldn't move right now. Oh my god, I'm dealing so much damage. I just easily kill those. Oh my lord. Wow. Maybe I can relax all. But this was comfortable, and I like that. Just have all the damage, I guess, and then just chill. Thanks, turtle. Goodbye. I will call this turtle Carl. I don't know why. I think Carl's a good name for a turtle, right? Yeah, Carl. Yeah, I can hear you, beetle. Isn't it right here? Okay, I have to... Okay, thank God. Because if it flies over the water, I'm screwed. Not screwed, of course, but like... Dungeon... Wait, hold up. I have to think. That's fine. We haven't really used the beetles yet, because I don't go after the distress signals. But we're fine. Yeah, this dungeon is a little bit tougher. So enemies become quite a bit more oomphy, you could say. Very oomphy. As you can see, all of them are now purple. Which do more damage. Or are just like way tankier. Some of them do more damage and some of them are just tankier. A lot tankier, my goodness gracious. Maybe I should upgrade my super shot. Wowee. But also, as said previously, this has my favorite boss. I think I like this boss more than the final boss, to be honest. It's just such a sick fight. Just, ah. You'll see, you'll see. So we can unlock this little pathway. I think, yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Beetle. I'll get you later. Maybe, if I don't forget. Daniel, don't forget the Beetle. Yeah, I don't know. Right, that's the... What's that? Right, this is what we have to unlock. We can come back here later. And of course, with Super Shot, we can ignite those flames. That. I'm gonna... It of course is a lot cooler if you activate every other thing before you activate this one. So this is the right one. Spoiler. This is not randomized. This is always the bottom left one. If you activate this one, for example, it spawns enemies. And I always activated all of them at the same time or right after another. Believe me, this room is more difficult than an actual boss. Because the entire room is filled with so many projectiles, you can't even like either move in it or move into it. So you can move outside of it, but you can't really move in it because there are so many projectiles. If you activate all the other like things. Oh, I actually forgot. You guys drop. Oh, you guys actually drop stuff. Forgot to drop this stuff. Huh. I mean, to be honest, at the end, if you do a, like, not a speed run of this, but like play through it quickly, you actually have more of these, oopsie. More of these than what you really need. Like these red crystal things. Like, I think I sometimes end the playthrough with like 30 of them, and I don't know what to do with them. And I have pretty much all the upgrades. Maybe not all the health, but still. I might need a little bit more. Oh my lord. I would actually like more range now. Genuinely. Oh, also, maybe I should really get just a bit more crit. If I already go for like so much higher rate, I should probably also go for more crit chance. You know, the one hit in a million times will matter. It's funny how these anyways, those enemies are somewhat easy now because we have so much damage. But the moment it's the purple ones, I'm like, oh my god. It actually becomes a fight. Perfect, another ramp. Whee! And then I think what the game wants you to do is actually go... You can go to the left, which technically makes it a bit easier, but also doesn't really matter. Yeah, you realize what this is probably now. This is a little race inside the dungeon, and this is mandatory, by the way. Okay, thank God. I got it, guys. Got him. Easy clap. Wee. So yeah, now platforming is, you know, mandatory. Or speeding. Legal speeding. And the beauty is, you can of course just say, you can just go in here, take all the damage away, go full move speed and boost speed, and then do those if you don't feel like you're fast enough or comfortable enough with the controls. Or you can of course just lower the game speed if you care about that. So. But the game gives you a lot of options to, you know, help you out. There we go. There's the ramp. Now we can get the upgrade. What will it be? What will the last Metroidvania-ish... it is a Metroidvania, I believe. What will it be? So we got boost at the start. Then we got dash. And then... oh my god! We got it. So after boost, after dash, after super shot, I think, we got surf. Now we can surf on water. It's pretty cool. Which, by the way, is the fastest way to travel through the world. Water gives you automatic... it reduces the way to... like, maneuverability is, of course, more slippery, because water. Because it's not, like, a ground. But... you're way faster. Got him. And this was without boost speed, by the way. So, you can do this way faster. Whee! Beautiful. It's kind of interesting how, like, laggy this game feels probably because of stream, but also because I'm so used to 144 hertz and 144 FPS. So, I just limited it for the sake of the stream. So yeah, now being able to surf opens up a lot of the game, like a lot. It also opens up pretty big upgrades that we can now get. That were just hidden from you because, well, they were. Well, it's less hidden. It's more like a... You just weren't able to get it. So now it's a bit more dangerous, because now you have those little... I call them sharks. I don't know why, I just call them sharks, like these guys. They're like surfing on the water and really try to get you. They're really dangerous. They're really damn dangerous. Not as dangerous in the, like, the lower difficulty. But my goodness, they're dangerous in the higher difficulty. Like, they are fast. Go. There are a few more. You can actually get this one without any issues. Yep. So this unlocks the ramp for the second key. Let me just do that. Perfect. Now we already have 82, if you think about it. We already have 82. So, we're not missing a lot. Oh my god. I forgot you were the beetle one. Is this 8? Yeah, this is 8. Okay. Right, that's a few more. These crystals. Okay. Gotta wait for my boost to recharge. Now, let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Now, to get that hard, it's fairly easy. I'm not gonna do it right now. But yeah, it's actually fairly easy to get that hard if you wanted to. I do have to say, the game really just feels so nice being able to surf now. It's like a great last Metroidvania ability to make you feel quite powerful, to be honest. Because all the previous areas, you constantly fell into water, or you're like, oh man, you know, I can't go over there because of water, or oh man, I can see something on the edge, but I can't get there because water. And now it just all opens up. It's just such a beautiful thing. Sweet. Now with this, right, okay, I can also see this here. Come here. Yep. Got him. Forgot that also those vases give you this, which is sweet. I think it's to the right here, right? Wait, where's the start of the game? Yeah, it's right here. It's kind of funny. The start of the game, like when you open the dungeon, you instantly see the ability that you're going to get as a massive teaser, and at the behind of it is actually the boss room. I like the dungeon design. I like it. So, this is my favorite boss. Out of the entire video game, I think this is my favorite boss. It's just like the visuals, how it fights, different like phases, just so enjoy. Hi, big guy. And yes, by the way, it's a purple boss, so all these projectiles do double damage. Perfect. That's actually huge. It's going well. Very nice. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yep, and you can see that its tails or antennas or whatever the heck it is actually pushes you away. It has a hitbox, so you're gonna be careful that you're not gonna, you know, get pushed around. Oh god. So I gotta level up. Oh my lord. Well, now it's a bit dangerous. So now you can see how it's red, my projectiles. So that's because of Wounded Heart that we got earlier. So now I have a much higher chance to crit. Okay, yeah, now it's... And I love the different phases, okay. Oh, okay. Nope! Okay, well, thank God it's not double damage. Otherwise I would have been dead. Yep. Yeah, it's still not gone. Okay, thank God. Okay. It's a bit of a tough fight every single time. Holy heck. Wow. Love it. Such a cool boss fight. It's just like, Also, it's cool that every boss has like multiple phases. It's really neat. So that was the third dungeon. And we're only missing one more. And of course, with the ability to surf, a lot of the game is open. Not everything. There's still, like, as you can see the background right now, like there's this space backdrop. You can't surf on that because it's not water. But everything else is pretty much fair game. Well, everything but this. That's like even deeper water that you can't surf. Sure. Speaking of, there is a little bit of an upgrade that I kind of want here. Yeah, there's one right there. Which, again, another boss. Clam. The clam boss. Which, by the way, if you don't have the damage here, this one is actually tough. And it's really long. Like, I did this one with not really a lot of damage. And I'm like, oh my god, does this ever end? I mean, it's a clam, so it should be tanky, right? Also, but don't I have... There you go. There's a lot of projectiles right now in my face, my guy. Also, I didn't even heal after the boss fight, so... Should be a bit careful. Oh god. Holy heck. See what I mean with long fight? This is fine. Oh, thank God. But like, one more gun upgrade would have helped a lot. If I remember correctly, this is actually a really cool ability. Or like power. So this... Nearly got another level up there. What is it? Powers are reloaded 30% faster. So we're not going for power, but even just the ability to do this little pulse, like the protection one, is really powerful. Because, well, it just gets rid of all the projectiles around you. So it's pretty neat. And being able to use that 30% faster, pretty cool. Another little map. Again, I'm not gonna get all the maps, but you know, if I'm already like coming across it, I'm gonna get it, of course. Ring. So technically, with all the abilities, because you have all the Metroidvania abilities, as you can see in the middle, you could go to the end of the game. Cool. You can't go to the final boss fight, but you could go to the end of the game right now. If I remember correctly. Also, this area here is, you know, where the big-ass tree was. Just FYI. But we have a few more locations to check out. So... I do kind of want to upgrade maybe a few things. So, for example, I could get this for 7. Like, now we're being showered in those little red crystals, so I can get a few more upgrades, just to make this feel a little bit better. Also, this is, of course, the little shortcut that is blocked off early on. Now you can actually get that. Actually, 2 hearts, why not? And now, of course, with all the damage, it's like really easy to destroy. Super easy. And again, we don't even need those ramps anymore because I can just go over water. And because I can go over water, I can also get a few more upgrades that were previously not accessible. There are actually, I think, a few more. I think it's this one right here. Nope, that was wrong. Well. And again, if you go over water, you're way faster than on land, so highly recommend to do so. I think it was here. Was it here? Oh yeah, that's also what I like. So now previous areas where you had like little arenas, like little fights like this, new purple enemies spawn, because, you know, the world is kind of like, you're getting closer to the end of the game. You are stronger. So the game kind of like forces you to do those little challenges now against strong enemies as you travel through the game again. So it very much learned from Hollow Knight, where if you get the first Dreamer, the base game, like the first area, becomes way more difficult and dangerous again. So even though you know what happened, or you, even though you went through it already, right? And you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, right? I was already here, right? It's still, you still have to be careful, which I really appreciate. So it's not like, oh, let me go through this area blindly because I know what's gonna happen. No, it's like, it's still dangerous. So this is now a complete... Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it like this. Hold on. There is one area here. Is it over here? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, wait, sorry. It's, I think, over here. Yeah, this one. So this is one area that I missed for so long. So I completely forgot to show this area. So this area is one of the big-ass key in the middle, as you can see. Is also the key in the top in your inventory. So it's a major item, right? What is it for? We'll find out. You can find this out right now. With the surf ability, you have full access to that power. You just need to find these little spots to find, you know, that secret out. There we go, level up again. So we can get this. We can get this. So now we have 2 flames out of 4. Now we have to find the 2 other spots. And again, this entire area is actually connected. Connected to a much bigger thing that we can find in a bit. So there is one area. And I remember this is actually another one. So if you're wondering, where the heck are we now, right? I have not seen this before. So it actually surprised me a bit because the game changes quite drastically here. Because of like weather effects, and it's moodier and darker. This is actually behind the city. So this is right behind here, right? So you come from the city, you're like, oh yeah, this is chill. Let me go here. Now that you can surf, you can actually go here and see this entire spot. It's like a completely different vibe, this area. It's pretty cool. This unlocks this, which is this other area here. The third flame. Up here. Which is also, I think, the very first heart piece you see in the video game. Probably, right? After you dash, you go through this area to go back. So now you're here, and now you don't even need to like do any dash or something because you can just surf. It's like this power, like feeling of player power, which I really want in my video games, and it gives you so much of it, which I love. Right. That's actually something I forgot. So if you actually come here and go top here, you click this, and then you notice this opening, which is technically, I think, if I remember correctly, this would be the very first time you notice that I think this area, yeah. So you come here. This would be probably naturally your very first flame you open, or like light up. Well, you couldn't light it up because you don't have super shot yet, but you see, oh, okay, there's a big secret. Cool. Right. And the other way that we're gonna go now is also a little secret, but again, but you can see actually the dead beetles around, and you would naturally come in here and want to get this health upgrade, and then you see these flames that you can't open, and you can't go through this wall from the other side, from this side. But now we have all the abilities. We can open this. which there is another door. So we can go here. This actually is for one of the NPCs. So this is we come into this room from the complete different side, by the way. So it's you play the game and you will see how kind of open this game actually is. It's kind of insane. I didn't expect this, but yeah, it's very open. Like, you can come into this room from a complete different thing. There we go. You're free! You're welcome. There are, I think, two things. One is you can fall from down here, activate something, and open this, which I think unlocks one of these little spirits, if you want to get all of them. But this also surprised me. So now you're moving through here. By the way, this is a little bit of a spoiler, as you can see on the top left. Like, those are pretty big rocks, which look like little ships. Then you have this wall here. And this opens the path and this NPC to decrypt, like, lore pieces, which is this store in the town. It's like, it's so beautifully connected, all of it. It's kind of insane. It's so beautifully connected. Yeah, this is a thing naturally where you come in, you see the heart, oh, let me get this, oh man. Of course, those are now super easy fights. I would love it if the developers go a step beyond. I mean, they've gone so many steps beyond already. But imagine this fight that I just did, which is super easy now. Imagine it would be upgraded. Imagine it would be upgraded now that I have 3 out of 4 boss things. That would be pretty sick. Like, if it's truly dynamic, that would be cool. This is also one of the areas you can go into if you have if you have the dash ability, which is, I think, the natural way to get into the area we were just in, if I'm correct. You can see actually that they're pretty difficult enemies now. So if you come here right after getting dashed, this is actually pretty tough. I think you fall... Yeah, no, sorry, you come out of here. Right. Get another heart. We're getting so many hearts right now. Yup. Boom, another one. It's a little bit of a cleanup session now, but cleanup is so nice right now, right? It's not difficult, because, yeah, you can just move quickly through the world. You have your dash ability. I could technically go for even more power if I wanted to. And everything just feels so comfortable, so nice, so fast. Like, very snappy. So you want to explore, right? You want to see more stuff. This is, I think, another NPC, right? Yes, this is a distress signal. I do want to get the... I think this is the one I want. There are 2 more that I actually want to show you guys. Because if you think about it, we have no... Like, now you saw the NPC that handles the whole lore decrypt thing. But there are 2... There are 2 that I want to show. But one, which is kind of obvious. What the heck do I do with all the beetles? You know what I mean? Like, you got them now, but what the heck do you do with them? Right? Like, we can't do anything with them. So you need an NPC, and you need to find that NPC that then unlocks this. That's quite a lot of damage now. Wow. Actually, we have fully upgraded damage already. Jesus Christ. If we continued like this, we actually have fully upgraded gun as well. So I know there's a little spot here. Here we go. Well, platform. I'm gonna just get damaged here. Doesn't matter. Kind of force it. Very easy. And this is GG. You're free. Bye. And this, if I'm correct, should be the beetle one. Yes. There it is. We got a lot of beetles now. We got 9. And every third beetle, you get like a power. So Idol of Protection is pretty much just a full upgrade to the Power of Protection already. So the Power of Protection now stuns most enemies. So not only does it deal damage, and like damage AoE, and removes projectiles, it also stuns the enemies now. Most of them. This is a classic, you know, classic heart piece. Also sweet for us. And I think the next one is... Yeah, the Power of Time slows time even more, except for you. It's a little spoiler, so I'm gonna get this one, but it kind of doesn't matter now. Because it's spoilers actually... I actually got spoiled by 1 power. Because I didn't have it yet, but it told me what it was, right? Because I could get the upgrade before I even got the power itself. So yeah, there's 1 power that lets you slow time. Which makes sense for a bullet hell game, right? So, we have a lot of power. You. Let's destroy you for a second. God damn, we're just stunning it. Jesus. Wow. And we got 125, boys. I'm gonna be careful that I don't destroy myself. Well, should we get the last gun upgrade? I feel like we should, right? I feel like I should. Let's just get it. Thank you very much. Gun level 5. So now we shoot 5 projectiles. But you may have forgotten, we also got this key. What does this do? We'll go there now. So through the desert, there are like multiple ways or multiple things you can do. But this is technically like the next big path, because this is where you would need surf. That's why you need surf first and then come back here. Also, completely new enemies. Those little slimes. I don't need to go to the right. That's more extra stuff. This is kind of neat here. I think, yeah, this is the beetle one. If we can get 2 more beetles, that would be nice. I know 1, 2... We'll see. We'll see if I find a few more. This entire area, this like, which is actually fairly hidden, also has a lot of these crystals. As you can see, lots of them. So again, the game now showers you in them. Like, really showers you. Maybe a bit too much. Ouch. Well, that was bad. Here we go. There's another fight. As you can see, I stunned them. So, the stun is actually a really cool thing. That's why I like to get the first power, right? Power of Protection is really neat. God. Damn, just stunning the enemy over and over. There's another beetle, perfect. Forgot there's another beetle this close. Completely forgot about that. Perfect. So we got 2. And if we get a 3rd one, You can actually get another heart piece, which is pretty neat. Alright, there is nothing here. This is a door we can open later, which I think isn't even necessary, but I would like to show that was. It's pretty cool. Actually, a boss that was fairly difficult, which I didn't expect, you know, because at this point I'm like, oh, dude, I have max gun upgrade, I got this, I got that, I'm super powerful. And then there comes this boss, and you're like, oh, okay. And you get quickly humbled. But again, now with all this power, it's definitely easier. Definitely easier. I think this is also a hard piece. Yes. So this is partially a hard piece, but also, if you look to the right, it also lets you... please. Also lets you move into this area, into this new area. But I think the natural way to do this... I mean, you can go here, but I think the normal way to do this is actually going here. Hold up. You know, it's like free crystals. I'm gonna grab them, of course. I mean, obviously, it's like a free level up. So, this is actually the natural way to come here, and now you can actually break through these. So now there's a shortcut open. It's the natural way. And again, you need surf, otherwise this whole area is like inaccessible. Because you can't swim or surf. Oh, actually, we don't need to do this. I'm not gonna do that. But again, it's classic to the turtle we had earlier. So you gotta break those, not relics, but those little, I don't know, it feels like maybe some prophets, as you can see, you know. Like it's a light those creatures or those people had that lights up those flames. And inside that one dungeon, ouch, is another power. But again, it's not a power that is necessary, so I'm not gonna get it. And of course, this may be something new for you. I think, but oh yeah, ship position is unknown. Where am I right now? Actually, not quite sure what this is. Oh yeah, it's the back side of this. I remember. Yep. Which is fine. Yes. I think this is actually the... Yes, this is actually necessary to do. Yep. I remember where we come up. And again, as you can see, like the enemies are becoming fairly... just more purple enemies than normal enemies at this point. And those really good. A good mix between. I'm definitely missing the extra range. Thankfully, this is easier difficulty, so you can dodge the projectiles fairly easily. But if you play this on more higher difficulty, you know, the enemies move fast, the projectiles move faster, and having more fire range really helps. Like, really helps. So, you kind of need to do this, otherwise you can't go over here. Dash. By the way, you cannot dash when you're in water. So, just FYI. Now, you can open this, which is the path to the top. Which is where we wanted to go, because this is also where you can use the key. Sir? My goodness gracious. It's a tough cookie. Now this also opens the path to the bottom, but a waterfall. kind of sus. Yes, so this is where you see, oh, this is where you need the key. And if you have done all the little puzzles beforehand, this now opens up. And it's probably one of the sickest thing. It's a little bit too easy to get, to be honest, for such a powerful upgrade. But it's pretty cool. So you have blue flames. This whole area has a little bit of a different vibe to it. And you fall down, and you fall down, and you fall down one more time. So you're pretty far down. So it's like, it's a pretty hidden area, right? So, went through a waterfall, then you need a key, then you fall down, and you fall down, and you fall down. And this is the person that constantly talks to us, right? Child of the crystal, grown and thrived you have. More of my powers I grant you. May it not become your burden. And it's pretty sick. This is pretty much, I guess, the mother character, right? Because she or he or it is the one that birthed you at the beginning of the game. Because you are part of her, technically, or it. This is the one thing at the very top. Primordial Crystal, when at full health, unleashes the mighty strength of the Primordial Scarab. Big boom boom now, boys. Very big boom boom. There's truly big boom boom. This is the most powerful thing I think you can do in the game. Maybe if you aim like a god and you use the... you still have, by the way, the super shot. I'm not quite sure what's more powerful. Like, if a fully upgraded super shot is more powerful, or this. But... it's pretty darn powerful. Like, this thing is, like, crazy powerful against enemies. But again, you have to be at full health. So. Cha-ching! Pretty big area. And as we can see, right, this is, of course, where the dungeon is, or should be. I do have to say, it's a lot easier to... destroy objects with the super shot. It's way easier. It's way easier. So there's one little hidden area. There's another one. Let's check down here. And this now opens up the path to the desert that was previously inaccessible. And this is also now the third light, or the third flame. The fourth one is somewhere else. Again, this is just if you want to really unlock all the power, which I highly recommend you do at the beginning of the game, of course. So, we have to go to the left and right. Yep, this is this. Again, this is incredibly powerful, this ability. But I have to stay at full health. And if I don't stay at full health... rip, right? This won't work. It's a little bit difficult to... oh my lord, I nearly got hit by that projectile. Okay. 7... I can't get that yet. Probably get one of this. Yeah, I really want the last fire rate, because that is a huge... actually, maybe I should do this. Yeah, maybe I should. Fire rate is, like, really powerful now. And this is the boss that surprised me, because it was incredibly dangerous. Keep in mind, I think I did this with gun level 4. So I'm way stronger. And again, this is, like, incredibly powerful. Like, this fully upgraded... yeah, it's, like, already... There's also way easier on, like, easier difficulty, which is real nice. This on advanced difficulty is rough. Yeah, it's already gone. This just shows how... Hopefully it shows, like, how crazy powerful getting the primordial crystal is. It's actually insane. Level up, after level up, after level up, my god. Yeah, this is... It's a beautiful upgrade to get. It's truly beautiful. You're, like, so happy when you get it. You're like, oh my god. But again, you actually need to explore, do quite a lot of puzzles, figure things out, experiment. It's not just like, oh, okay, let me just easily do it. It's fairly easy when you know what to do, but not that easy. Which it shouldn't be, right, for this power. But again, it feels a little bit too easy. I don't know, maybe if this would be a... If this would be maybe... I mean, you could also have this, like, really, really hidden against some crazy difficult stuff. So, for example, maybe you do... You have to win 10 waves of enemies that become significantly more dangerous with a boss at the end. You could also do it like this, but maybe this is then a bit too... This feels like maybe like padding the game out. And you also maybe don't want to hide everything behind just fights, so... I don't know. Difficult to balance this. And I think they balanced it fairly well. So this is opened up. And now... we should be able to... go into the last dungeon. And we're fully... geared up. Not on literal gear, but you know what I mean. Yep. Well, rip that. Rip my damage. Oh, my lovely damage. How I miss you right now. To be like this. That's why you have to be really careful. Like, if you have it, it feels so good. And then when you lose it, you're like, oh god. Oh my god, please no. There you go. Really gotta dodge. Thankfully. Get it back fairly easy. There we go. So there's clearly some sort of temple vibe here. And the last dungeon. And this surprised me, this dungeon. Clearly some massive, as you can see, like monstrous creatures. Right here. But they're broken. And so is the area to the boss. And there's clearly like a little guy like us. And another massive creature. That's it. It's a bit of a twist. A bit of a twist, right? So, even though the game has 4 dungeons, it's technically only 3 that you do yourself. Because someone else already did it. But, again, storytelling without directly saying it, this clearly shows that this entire civilization that lived here in the swamp, I guess, or above the desert, like they fought their hardest and won, but yeah, the entire civilization just literally died fighting the corruption, or you know, the enemy and the bosses, and we're just discovering it. That's pretty much it. Interesting storytelling. I like it. I like it. It's not as cut and dry as I like. Just go through the dungeons and kill everything and just leave. Can dodge here. I think there are some enemies. Yeah, that's the last one. Gotta be a bit careful here. Holy moly. I feel like my super shot is definitely not strong if I don't upgrade it. Should just really focus on this. Maybe I should just really go on fire range. Because right now the fire range is kind of what holds me back. That's what it feels like. There we go. So this now opens up the area right behind the city. So this is, you know, right behind the city. So if you go to the left, you would have been blocked by that massive thing, which you couldn't do anything about. From this side, of course. Okay, I don't need this beetle, but I'll grab it anyway. Because I'm addicted to beetles. In some weird form, I don't know. Oh yeah, destroying this is actually kind of good. Oh my lord! Oh, well, there you go. Because of this, it's actually a big crystal there. There's still one. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, we can go here now. So the thing is, this is just a shortcut, which is technically not necessary. This is where we have to go, but you can't go from this area. Don't worry, the game actually tells you literally where you have to go now, if you look. Perfect. Sweet. I think I'm still missing one or two. Oh no, I didn't grab anyone, sorry. I'm not saving anyone here. I'm sorry. Is it here? No, not directly. But it is connected here, yeah. So this is where the forest starts, which is where I want to be. Thankfully, we already went through here earlier. Got the shortcut. Because this is where you would need to go right now. But also, I'm gonna grab this down here, which I think is actually not what I think it is. I'm actually gonna do this. There you go. Yeah, it's this one. There's actually an achievement with this guy. But he also is necessary for the true ending, if I'm correct. So yeah, previously, you actually came across this part. If you explored the world, and now you're like, alright, well, I can't go here without dash, right? But you have dash. But you don't have surf. We do have surf now. So this is where you can now use surf, and you're pretty much going underneath the massive waterfall. Go to the other side. Go, I guess, through the jungle. This shows... We should probably go back to her, because she has a cool upgrade. And now you also come across, like, these little... Let's call them what they are, right? Corpses, probably. Of old ships. They're being everywhere, right? On the left side, on the right side, above us, beneath us. They're literally everywhere. This is how you actually go to the last area of the game. This is, of course, not necessary for the shortcut. Like, the shortcut is not necessary to open. Of course, it makes things a lot easier. And a few enemies in the way. Technically, you don't need to fight them, I think. Yo. Again, we already have, like, keep in mind, I spent 120 on this last gun upgrade, and we already have 88 again. So the game really throws a lot of stuff at you. So the thing is, though, this is clearly where, you know, the ending of the game is. You can barely see, you know, the door, but we need something. Right? We need something to put here. And if you're really observative, this is a symbol that is right above the gun. So it's one core item. Hi, guys. Yep. This is one. But again, this game goes above and beyond sometimes. It's like if you think, well, this is pretty straightforward, and it isn't, because there's another boss fight, and a little bit of a different one. Not big creatures that we usually fight. Small ones, like us. Little ships. Like corrupted spirits, potentially. But because we have, like, fully upgraded everything, this is fairly easy. It's fairly easy if you got the fully upgrade, like, pretty much everything. We have, like, what? I think we have fire rate fully upgraded, right? I think we have. I think we have fire rate fully upgraded, damage fully upgraded. I think even crit chance is fully upgraded. So we have pretty much max damage at this point. And we have the, like, super special power from the primordial crystal. Which is interesting that I think the speedrun also gets. So it's like, it's so powerful and so easy to get that even the speedrun is like, yeah, okay, you gotta get this. Like, this is like, it's like, why wouldn't you want to make your life easier, right? It's actually interesting. It's like big ass ships that just took the corpses, the fossilized corpses of other ships as, like, protection. It's like, it's so good. Like, there's, again, environmental or enemy storytelling. It's like, you don't need to tell me in plain text. I can see it with my own eyes, and I love it. It's so good. And that's where I mean, like, my goodness gracious, this game is good. Got him. I still don't know if I want to actually upgrade my... Like, I love the supercharge, like the super shot ability. But I feel like it's worse. Well, on the other side, it can crit. If a super shot crits, it might actually be stronger than... I don't know. I will have to check the... Gotta crunch the numbers. It's not that important, but... And that's good. That's a very... By the way, I don't know why this fight has, like, lighting and the other one doesn't. But I love the lighting. I love it so much. Yeah, I feel like Super Shot is worse. I think Super Shot is actually worse. Like, I didn't use Super Shot in that fight at all, and it was way faster. Okay, I think we got the data. Unless those two... spirits, those corrupted spirits, actually have different health, which would be strange. Thanks for the level up. Alright, so we got that. Kind of looks like a corrupted... I guess corrupted crystal? I don't know what it is. But it definitely looks corrupted, right? It has the typical purple hue. It doesn't even have a hue, it's literally purple. Then you, can you not suck? Yeah, I'm trying! Oh my god. Can I do this? Please, Daniel, Iceman. You're making the game look bad, Daniel. I mean, I'm not doing this on purpose. On purpose. There's a weird effect right now on screen. I'm sorry that it's purple. Now we got a big ass bridge. A big bridge. Look at this big bridge. And now, with all four, the final dungeon is now open. Okay, bye! No, Daniel, go back! No, I want to explore the game a little bit more. For the sake, I want to show one more thing that I completely forgot to show. Also, wait, what is it in here? Oh, this is actually where the map is, right? Yeah, this is where the map is. I'm not gonna get it though. But Daniel! Now I know where to go. Give me 2 seconds and then literally saying, where do I need to go? Where's this again? Well, to be honest, the map wouldn't tell me where the one NPC is that I want to actually show you guys. So... Oh, wait, there's this guy. Hi. You can actually listen to him. It's the music. Right, there's this, there's that. I don't need those. Do I? No, I haven't done this here. Which I think the game wants you to do early on. Yeah. I mean, you need Super Shot for this, so it's the durability, but... Thanks, bro. Much appreciated. Yeah. How much do I need? 6 on the way. Technically, you know what's actually maybe better than fire range? I just noticed this. You're free! You know what's better than fire range? Movement speed. Because you can move faster to the enemies and dodge, right? Not better. But it's more risky as well. So, that's the one I wanted to show. If you may have noticed, just because you save and get these crystals, it doesn't heal you. She's pretty much the nurse character. So she's the one who can actually heal you. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Because it wasn't too obvious yet. Which was kind of... Oh yeah, by the way. Hi guys. Nice. Nice try. Nice try there. They tried. You know, at least they thought they could get me, but wrong. Reduces boost energy consumption by 30%. Hell yeah. And of course, because I can, assembling 4 will increase your maximum health. Heart piece. Hell yeah. And funny enough, we actually got the last one. I mean, not saying you can get more hearts than what we have right now, but just perfectly like done. There is... No, I think that's what that is. I could technically get a few more NPCs, which is kind of important because you do get another little power up if you get all the guys in here. So just gives you upgrades beside one thing, which I haven't done until now, so let's do it right now, because I think I can get it from here. I think I can get it from you, if I'm correct. Yes, perfect. The ancient tablet. So this is truly, unless I missed something, this is truly just for lore. Which was fine, because it wasn't that difficult, it wasn't like tedious, and you know, after like doing 16 puzzles, I got this. This is like very easy. There's a little bit of a shout out to Animal Whale. So you can decrypt it. It just gives you a little bit more lore, a little bit more background to the world you're playing in, right? And you're like, okay, what is this world? What is this entire like thing that I'm like playing in? So you can read, and then you get a little bit of a... When the colossal beasts attacked, a chosen was called upon. Primordial powers were granted, and the world trembled with the battle. Be right back. Toilet break, boys. Tell me, what's your favorite color? And why is it blue? Alright, be right back. Peekaboo. Who is this person? Streamer. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my lord. It is I, Streamer. I have arrived. Now, technically, I'm back. Well, technically, if you say arrived, maybe you're arrived once again. Okay. Isn't arriving once again returning? No, I did not take drugs while I was on the toilet. Why? I always talk like this. Anyways. I wonder, is there anything else I want to show? I mean, if there are a few lost powers, as you can see. I mean, that's the beauty of the game, right? The game shows you the stress signals, which are the NPCs. It shows you lost powers that you can get. We didn't get all the maps, of course, so you could get that. And as you can see right now, I have 69. Nice, by the way. Very good game. I have 69 out of these red crystals at the top right. And I think it costs 65 to get the thing that tells me exactly where stuff is in the world if I wanted to get it all, right? So right now would be a perfect time right before the final dungeon to decide, oh, let me get all my stuff, right? And again, it's especially now that you pay 65 things to then get this item. As you then get through these extra dungeons and areas and get the lost powers, you get even more red crystals, whatever it's called, right? So it's not like you spend 65 and then you're empty, right? It's actually you spend 65 and then probably get another 40 when you come back. So it's just such a beautiful thing where it's like every little bit in my first playthrough really mattered. It's like it actually not only gave me power, but it like made me explore the world and also made me move my character around, which is kind of important to like maneuver. But we don't need that. Dude, I'm good. I'm good at this video game. So this actually, I've completely forgot about this part. I'm glad I'm playing this on easier difficulty because my god, this on higher difficulty without a power like the slowing time ability, my goodness gracious, this is actually difficult. This without the slowing time ability is... This was rough. This was rough. This is literally where I died like 6 times, I think, in a row. I was like... Because all these projectiles it's shooting is one hit. So if you don't dodge it, or if you get hit, well, you're dead. And you spawn at the way back there, right? Yeah, this is clearly meant to be a little bit of a... oh god, this is bad. This is bad, because this loses me time. Holy, this is not becoming easier the longer you wait here. So, yeah. Got him. Rest in peace. That's kind of funny. Alright. I'm pretty sure if I do this now. Perfect. So you don't have to go around. Let's go. Thanks for that. Not a safe spot. Let's go. The stun ability, by the way, helps a lot here. Helps a lot. Dude, I feel like this is just actually not better than just shooting. This might actually... God, this is such a strong thing. On the other side, can maybe get a bit more crit. Actually, I'm not even sure how crit works with this, but crit should be disgustingly powerful with this, shouldn't it? Because it already has like a high base damage, I think, and then you crit on top of that. Again, it would be nice if it like communicates a bit more with the player, like actually gives me the data, like the percentages, but that's fine. So this is also fairly difficult on higher difficulty and without the possibility to slow time. And this is also fairly difficult. That's why the game gives you like these little crystals to charge up. And no, you cannot, I think, protect yourself from this. There's like one of these, like these projectiles are just like, they're forever. It's just, sorry, dude. Sorry, bruh. Like, just dodge. Just be good. Nice. There's one more. Oh, gotta be a bit careful here. Yeah. This is now a little bit scary. Because, as I said earlier, these tower-like things aim where you're moving. They kind of predict your movement, as you can see. So they can actually get a little bit in your way. Perfect. Alright. I'm glad this is all over now. There's a joke, by the way, there's more. This is fairly easy, I think. Again, keep in mind, this is the final boss. This is the final area of the game, so everything pretty much comes together from enemies to challenges to difficulty, so it ramps up a little bit more here. Especially now. As long as I stay in the middle, I'm good. This is also where more movement, or maybe just doing this, you know, well, I actually never used this ability in this spot, so kind of good. But also more bullet speed helps a lot with like aiming, right? Like the auto aiming, of course. If you aim yourself, it's a lot. You can just, it's a lot easier. All right. So that was kind of like a more scary moment where you could have maybe died, but I guess you don't. This is actually one of the things where I'm not sure what the lore is behind it. Like, how did I not die there, right? It could have just totally crushed me. Why didn't it? Is it maybe because of the primordial power or something? Like, what's the lore? I'm not quite sure. That's a little bit unexplained. Yeah, so this is now a little bit where more range helps a lot here. So the idea is you have to hit those tower-like things, which are already predicting your movement. And you step by step slowly unlock more pathways. There we go. I think this unlocks the one to the left. Yep. There we go. Unlocks this one. God damn it! I mean, this was planned, boys. This was planned. This was all planned. Was it then? Yes, it was. I forgot they actually deal 2 damage. I need 2 hearts now. God heckin'. I mean, this was all planned. It's fine, of course. But if this happens during the last boss fight, this will make it slightly more difficult, because you do lose a lot of damage. So, I like that you're really rewarded for playing well, dodging well, being aware. So, it's good. Now, what do I do with 2 points? I guess I will go for a bullet speed, even though it's not really worth it, but... yeah. So. Big crystal. That's a beautiful crystal, by the way. That's beautiful. Isn't it a beautiful crystal? I think it's a beautiful crystal. Little safe spot. By the way, this heals you every single time, like these special safe spots. And if you go a little bit further, this locks. So you can't go back. And this is actually a shortcut back to the town. If you needed to go back to the town, this is the way to go now. But I think we're good. I think we're safe. Also, I like how this pathway gets tighter and tighter. I like that. It's not too obvious. You know the big-ass crystal we saw earlier? Yeah, that's a boss. I'm actually gonna use it right now. Because it does a bit of damage. Probably not worth it though. Nice. Yes, very good. And... oh, felt a little bit unsure there, so I actually just used the ability. Nice. Oh yeah, now it starts moving. Okay, now fun is over. I love this. I love this. The damage is so good. But if you think this was the final fight, you're wrong. Can I stun you? No, I can't. Yep, nice. 1. And we got a level up. Sweet. Removes the projectiles. Does a tiny little bit of damage probably to the boss. Nice. Did so much damage. Beautiful thing. That looks like the ship. Oh my god. It's free! You're free! My friend! Don't be scared. I'm not scared. Oh no! Come back! Oh, come back! Ow. Come back! Ow. Ow. Ugh. We're free! By the way, I don't know what happens if you survive with 1 health. I'm pretty sure you're dead at the end. Because I think these hits are, they're on a timer, I think. So it's not like a little thing that falls on. It's a timer. But also, the faster you are, the less damage you take. So. Rest in peace, final dungeon. Lost to the void. May you live in... I don't know. Peace? By the way, in this scene where the little spirit comes to you, if you got all the spirits surround you. Which is pretty cool. The enemies on the top right are alive. I mean, they shot at me. GG. GG, well played. I think this was probably my fastest playthrough. With some extra stuff, of course, just to show the game off a little bit. Yeah, 2 developers, and then a lot of like game testers, consultants, I think some translation related stuff. Yeah, only 2 devs. That's not a lot. Not at all, no. Like, for 2 people... I mean, Hollow Knight is also 2 people, but again, like, for 2 people... Great job. Like, truly a really fun game. that is now in my favorites. Because it does so many things well. It's really difficult to do things, well, for me, right? The way I like games, it's a lot of games just either mess up small things, and this game just does so many things correctly, right? The player power, feeling empowered to explore the world, getting more powerful, getting upgrades, all this jazz, but also the storytelling part, right? Of either the enemies, the environment, the bosses themselves. Yeah. And it does so many things correctly, and I love it. Child of the Crystal, do not surrender your powers yet, for the Unchosen is still lost. Far beyond what is mine to see, you shall find the forsaken path. May you both return at last. Because the final boss wasn't beat, right? We only kind of destroyed the thing around the final boss. But the final boss itself just, left, right? Escaped. Clearly was scared. But yeah. As you can see, the main objective is now on the bottom left, which we were at way before. And there are actually hints at something much more, like endgame related, final, like true ending related stuff that I found way before I even got here, which is cool if you just explore the world and you're rewarded with, I guess, extra lore, right? But yeah, so many things are good in this game, great in this game, or just at least really solid, right? It does so many things correctly, which I love. And yeah, there is, if you are, I have to guess. Well, don't give you, you can, if you like the core game, right, you will probably try to get to the true ending, which is now beyond this mission, right? Again, it's fairly easy. You just that's the beauty of this game. It's not like super secret, right? It's fairly open. If you got here, you probably have about 15-20% more game left. Something along those lines. Depends on, of course, how good you are, what difficulty you play in, etc., etc. But there's a good chunk of gameplay still left, which fits this game, which is about, twin stick shooter, bullet hell Metroidvania. There is not more Metroidvania, but there's a lot more twin stick shooter, bullet hell related gameplay to play. And of course, we can actually show this right now. This might be interesting to some, how this looks like. Yeah, I think this would be this. So if you got this, then I think I will stop with the spoilers, because I really, again, as mentioned in my Animal Well video, which I'm going to link in a bit, games like this should be played blindly. So you can see now all the indicators where stuff is hidden, by the way. And I think it doesn't show stuff on the bottom left and top left. Maybe because I haven't scanned the areas yet, I think. Maybe. But yeah, you can clearly see where stuff is and isn't, right? It literally points you directly. It's like, there is stuff right here. Like a literal pointer. So it's very obvious where to go and where to find stuff. It doesn't tell you how to find it, where to find it. And again, in those underground areas, by the way, it also gives you a percentage on the top left now. You only have the overworld map, right? It only shows the overworld map, nothing underneath. So it's still, you still have to search and find some stuff. So it's not as easy, I guess. That's kind of the game. That's kind of the game. I don't want to show more. I could definitely play more and show a lot more and do a lot more, but I really, really want you guys to actually play the game yourself. If you guys want me to play more, I will probably do it maybe next stream. but I think this should give you a really good view. I mean, technically, it's like I played the game for you now, but I hope you didn't watch until now. And actually downloaded the game and bought it, or at least put it on your wish list and play it some other time. God, it's a good game. It's so heckin' good. I was really surprised. I was really surprised when I played it. Like, there's so many little things where I'm like, yes, 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 it does this right, it does this right, it does... It's like Dismantle, kind of. Dismantle also did so many things correctly where I'm like, oh my god, it's doing this, and oh, it's doing this, and yes, it understands this is important, and it's doing this, and I'm like, oh my god, yes! Does so many things correctly, or at least correctly for things that I want in my video games, right? And this game is very much the same, where it like did so many things like yes, yes, just like one after another. You're like, that's how you do it. That's how you do the video games. Or at least I like the whole thing, because yeah, I like that the game does not, for example, let you teleport and fast travel throughout the world, but you can get it. But it's the same currency that you use to get the gun upgrade. So you have to like, do I or do I not want to? Like, what is more worth? Is like the next gun upgrade important, or do I want to use like 14 right now to just teleport around? But on the other side, you could also just be like, do this, right? And then you're just like zooming around if you wanted to, right? And this is now probably faster than teleporting, because the teleportation ability is actually kind of takes quite some time. One thing that I really want, if the game ever goes like beyond what it is right now, this spot right here. This spot right here looks like there is way more game that they could have added. Like, if they ever make a Minishoot Adventures 2, I would kiss their mouths if they do one thing which fits this game fairly well. Because it looks like there's some sort of like void. Like, it feels like you're like kind of in some sort of void, or like maybe floating somewhere. So this entire world feels like it's floating on something, like on some sort of like void liquid. I don't know what the heck it is, right? But this spot right here, because it looks like it's broken off of some sort of other path. I could just imagine, like, this is typical video game thinking. Like, when I was 10 years old, I was constantly thinking of this kind of stuff. Imagine Minishoot Adventures 2 would be a whole new area, a whole new world, maybe larger, etc., etc. And then, after you finish the game, you get this Yoto Kanto, like in Pokemon Gold and Silver, where you can go to the previous game and play through that whole area again. It would blow my brain if they do a second game and you just see the world you played in slot into this one. So from the left side, you come in, and the world in the sequel slots into the first world, and then you play through the first world again, just changed up. It will... Yes, just please. That would be so sick, because this is what this hints right now, right? This clearly looks like this is a path to something, but it was like broken off or destroyed or something. If they ever make a Minishoot Adventures 2, which would be a huge undertaking for multiple years, of course, but I feel like it might be a bit easier now because they have the core game, right? They have the core game figured out. Now, there's a lot of like artistry, right? New bosses, new AIs they have to write for these bosses, new effects, new etc., etc. But I would love that. God, I would love that. God, yeah, I would love that. If you play Minishoot Adventures 2 and at the end, like for a true ending related stuff, the second world slots into the first one. Or the other way around. Like maybe you can, I don't know, hook the first world into the second one through some sort of like NPC that you help. That would be sick. God, it would be sick. Anyways, I love thinking of this stuff. just, I'm a gamer. Are you a gamer? I'm a gamer. We're all gamers here. I feel very gamery right now. Yes. I can highly recommend this game. Beautiful game. There are, to be 100% honest here, because it's a two-person game, there are some tiny bugs. There are some tiny bugs. One that literally made me have to quit, and one that was more of like a camera issue, where I knew the game is actually just one big overworld, and the camera moves between those areas and hides transitions. Game development, you know. Game development is more like hiding stuff. And the camera resets itself, so it's not like that big of a deal. But there was one bug where I literally was like, well, I'm stuck. Not like literally stuck, I was able to move, but I couldn't literally move away from the spot I was. So there was that. Good lord, that person got like instantly timed the heck out. Good job, stream elements. Anyhow, highly recommend Minishoot Adventures. Oh no, I tapped out of the game. There you go. We'll link it again. And I'm gonna be like an absolute YouTuber. I'm gonna be an absolute god gamer right now. Hey, wow, that's actually okay. I really appreciate it. Clearly, more people are watching my video. 593 views, so way more than a few 1 or 2 days ago. So I released a video about Animal Well, which is an amazing game. To be honest, it is more memorable, I think, because of how it is and looks and feels. Like it has a different vibe to it than Minishoot Adventure. Animal Well is more memorable, but it's a game I enjoy way less than Minishoot Adventures. And I think if you watched me now playing Minishoot Adventure, or if you just joined, I love Minishoot Adventures because it's a very gameplay-oriented game, and I love that. But it also gives me this player power feeling that I love in games and I want in games. And Animal Well didn't do that. So here's the video. So it's the video about Animal Well. It's on the main channel. I can maybe also... it's fine. Yeah. I explained there why I didn't like Animal Well. Or liked and didn't like. It has... it's not like black and white. It's a gray area. But I think if you understand why I like Minishoot Adventures, you might understand why I don't like Animal Well for in certain aspects, right? Or as a whole, I feel like it's a little bit less. It's actually less enjoyable than Minishoot Adventures. Good. That's what a fun playthrough. It's such a fun playthrough because it's just so short. Such a short, fun. Anyhow.